9 because we've been chatting.
Gosh, you always trick me.
I'll give you till 9 because 9 we can be. That means we can be done by 11:15. We do 2-hour shows with a 15-minute intermission. Start at 9, and that will give you your full reward. Start by 9, 15-minute intermission.
I thought it was a payment for starting late. You didn't tell me about a reward.
It's a reward.
Give it to me now because I'm the one that made concessions.
Oh. It's only like 15 minutes later than I normally am.
What happened to 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock hasn't been like in ever. It's always the kids that are in bed by 8 o'clock. I leave shortly thereafter.
You get your kids to bed earlier.
Well, tonight, you know how it's at the grocery store.
What is like the time frame for like? Do you have like a plan for your kids' bedtimes, or is it like? Is there like an age time correlation chart? Is there a chart? Is there an official
There's
chart?
not an official. Here's what it is.
Is there recommendations?
It's from other people. I don't care.
Is there like a doctor?
Here's what the recommendation is. It's how late can they stay up and still not be like monsters in the morning? Because if they stay up past,
so it's just like trial and error.
Yeah, basically.
So like in a couple years, like do you reevaluate?
No, absolutely. We'll evaluate it. Summer vacation is a great time to reevaluate because you got nothing you have to do. So how early will they get up?
What happens? Okay, are you gonna be the parent? Because this is the true test, and this is where because maybe your parents were different, but because my mom made me go to bed like in high school, like even when I had. Like, there was no reason for me to go to bed. It was just an arbitrary, like, this is your bedtime. Right. And it was stupid.
No, I mean...
Like, when they're in high school and they can...
This will be my rule, and it's similar to how it is now. If you get up on time and get to school, that's what I care about.
Okay, and so you're not gonna be that, like... Because, I had to have my lights off by, like, 10 o'clock. I was like a lights out 10 o'clock. My senior year of high school. Yeah. I'm a 17-year-old boy man.
I could see quiet hour. Like,
else
okay. To sleep.
Yes.
Like, you can read or do something.
But like lights out, like a freaking, there's no reason for that.
No, right? My thing is, it's a logical conclusion. If you are getting to school on time and your homework or whatever is not suffering, that's you're growing up to be responsible. If you're getting tardies and you're not getting out of bed or whatever, then we might talk about changing that plan. But that's man, I think that's reasonable.
It is. It's 100% reasonable.
Because
watching this, mother,
I got to stay up. I might have stayed up really late, and that was basically my parents' thing.
I never had that. I never even had that. I would have totally been cool with that.
I'm trying to remember like how it worked because I have a feeling they were like, all right, it's everyone like, go to your room, kind of thing. Like you can do up there.
That's
because I would stay up late doing my homework sometimes even.
See, I wasn't even. It was like lights out.
Yeah, it just. As long as now, there were times when I clashed with my dad because he would try to get me up for work because he sometimes would drop me off on his way to work because he was a teacher, and if I was like making him tardy, then they had issues, and again, that makes sense. Like,
I can't imagine you as a kid. You're like impossible to wake up.
Oh, that was some of the biggest fights I had with my parents. Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Now there were times when I clashed with my dad
that's like your.
Because he sometimes would drop me.
That's like probably as serious as your like parental thing was. I don't want to get up.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was my rebellion. Or I just wouldn't get up. Like I would just roll over. Oh, this afternoon I felt so bad because I was like reading on the couch. The kids were doing something. Janelle was doing something. I was just reading on the couch, and I dozed off, right? So I was just like, I'd been like leaning back, and I fell asleep, and the book was like on my chest. And Audrey came up and was like, "Hi, Daddy," and I was like, and like did this, and I totally scared her. She's like, "I'm sorry, Daddy." I'm like, "No, it's okay. I'm sorry. Just woke me up." And I like hugged her and stuff, but she like that totally freaked her out. was, what's wrong? And I did my whole thing. Oh, I felt so bad.
She had never seen you do that before.
I think she has, but it just totally caught her off guard because she was just like, "Hi, Daddy."
Oh, dude,
Just
I
like
remember
that.
we used to like try and get you to do that on video.
Yeah.
We did a couple times.
Yeah,
But like you bolting upright.
Yeah. Well, it's just if I'm like in the middle of an REM dream type thing, and then it just it wasn't even like a scary dream. It just and all she did was go, "Oh, hi, Daddy."
It's okay. At least it didn't like, you know. I sometimes like flail. At least didn't like knock her.
Yeah. No, I didn't like hit her or anything, but I just did this, and she's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "No, don't be sorry. You didn't do anything wrong. It just woke me up and it's freaked me out." But anyway, so yeah. And that was that was probably like 5 minutes I dozed off. She didn't even know I was asleep because I still kind of had the book like this, you know?
All right.
All right. Ready?
Ready. We didn't check the microphone.
Oh, yeah, we better check that. And make sure it's working on the Google Hangout too, right?
Is it working?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We just saw the video.
Oh, that's right. We listened to the video. Okay. That's
good. Checking the microphone.
Checking the microphone.
Door.
That's the song.
Checking the microphone.
Checking the microphone. Wait, why are you closing that?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Oh, it's already done. Wait, do we put this behind this? I already know.
Well, then you gotta start that too.
And start the timer. All right. Is it going?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello and welcome to another episode of Radio BrendoMan. I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
So what's going on, Phil? We've had some weird weather.
Yeah.
It was raining this weekend.
It's raining. And it's warm again. It's going to rain again tomorrow.
Did the concert get rained out on Saturday night? I don't
know. We went on Sunday to try to see what was going on.
You didn't go see Fuel and all the 90s bands?
No. I think they still had some of them play, but it was raining.
Dishwalla in the rain? You don't want to see Dishwalla?
Not in the rain.
I went to Lucha Vavoom.
Yeah, you were gone. So
I went to wrestling Friday and Saturday. If I had, I seriously almost like was like, oh man, I wish I hadn't bought that Lucha, because you know how excited I was for those bands. I put them on the Radio Brendo. Yeah, I put them on the Radio BrendoMan mix. Yeah. And but I'll whatever. I can listen to them.
We planned on going on Saturday, but then it was just
fall away. In my hand.
And then so we went on Sunday just to see what was up. And also Audrey had a painting that was hanging in the art gallery.
Oh, that's cool.
Her teacher, like from her painting class, selected it.
Yeah.
And so we went on Sunday to see, because it was, kind of just sprinkling on Sunday mostly.
Yeah.
And like it was a wasteland. All the booths were packed up, and we went like in the middle of the day.
Pouring. Or I'm assuming at some point they
all that was left was the sketchy carnival.
Yeah.
And the funny part is all
that
the
carnival looked beyond sketch.
Well, it's like super expensive. Like way like it was $1.75 a ticket, and for one ride it was like 5 tickets.
You know what else was this weekend? Okay, so here's what I found out about this. I didn't know anything about this, but it's a total San Bernardino thing.
Okay.
Have you heard about the Orange Show curse?
Oh, well, only because you told me about it.
When did I tell you about it? I never told you about it. I'm just finding out. I'm just telling you about it now. It wasn't me, because I just found out about it.
Maybe it was my brother. Maybe
it wasn't
my brother
me.
Told me.
So it was told me. So there's this thing. First, there's this fair that happens every year in San Bernardino at the Orange Show, called the Orange Show, except now they changed it. I read this article today. Well, no, it's something about like trying to appeal to the young people. So now it's like Citrus Fair or something. I don't know.
Because young kids don't like shows; they like fairs.
And it's at the Orange Show, so it's like a fair in the middle in like May.
Yeah.
Because I guess that they like wanted, because like people out here, if you want to go to the fair, you got to go to the LA County Fair. That's at Pomona, so that's pretty far.
Yeah.
and but like San Bernardino is right there. But apparently every year it rains, and there's rumor. So like the root, like if I can't. I heard like 3 different versions of this, but supposedly it's like on an Indian burial ground, and there's a curse, but it rains, and it rains like every year, like clockwork, whenever they do the Orange Show. And even when they move it around, and they've moved it around on purpose, because they thought at first it was because they do it on the same weekend, but it's moved around with it. And this weekend was the Orange Show, and then but then it's also next weekend. And I wanted to go, but we're doing our thing. But on Thursday, I don't know. On Thursday it's $1. Something about maybe, but I have to go to the optometrist on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
But
did you do your other?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
Oh, okay. We can do it later if you want.
So apparently there's this curse, and that's why it rained this weekend.
It must have been my brother, because I swear I just had this conversation like a day or 2 ago. So it must have been my brother that told
all the teachers at school were talking about. They're like, it's raining this weekend because the Orange Show curse, and I was like, what the heck are you talking about? No.
Okay.
I just found out about this.
Just like that sense of deja vu. I know I just had this conversation. So
I have that a lot.
Okay. Probably my brother then.
Like to the point where sometimes I'm like, did I dream this conversation that I'm now having?
Even like the Indian burial ground part, like he even told it the same way. Like,
well, that's some
rumor has it. And I'm like, no, this is
that's
exactly
the story.
What it is. All right. You guys have similar storytelling.
Orange Show curse.
Yeah. So they planned the Yucaipa Music and Arts Festival on the same weekend. Bad move.
You were talking about the expensive rides. I read an article about the Orange Show, and some people were complaining about they had like higher priced rides for some of the good rides. Like apparently they brought their best roller coaster, their best Carney roller coaster, which means they use extra strength bubble gum to put it together. Right. Who knows? Extra strength. They use duct tape instead of just Scotch tape. But I guess that was way more, and people were a little upset. But
so we walked around, and again,
I like a good fair.
All this stuff was shut down except the fair. And the funny part is, all the signs like leading up to it said, festival canceled. So I'm sure the fair people love that, but they were still running the rides. And we walked over with the kids to kind of see, like, well, maybe we'll let them go on one ride. Then we saw it, and it would have been like $7 each for them to go like one time on a spinny ride. And I'm like, you know what, guys? I will like take you to a store and buy you $7 worth of stuff, or download $7 worth of DS games, or let you pick out of a prize box, like anything that would be a better value for this money. Because I'm gonna pay $7 for them to go around, and then they're done. $14 for the 2 of them.
It's crazy.
So Audrey chose to go to the store, and she got like $7 worth of prizes. Luke, I downloaded like 3 games on his 3DS that he won for the same price.
Well, that's cool.
So they learned a good lesson. Sometimes think about what your money is, the value you're getting out of that money.
Speaking of that, I've heard that you've been doing some McDonald's.
Oh my gosh. Well, here's
how's that working out?
So this whole last week,
so they have Nintendo toys.
They have Nintendo toys at McDonald's. And all week last week, I was in there Monday through Thursday in Janelle's classroom helping her do her room escape thing.
So Janelle did a room escape in her classroom.
She did a room escape in her classroom. It went great. It was super awesome.
It's in the newspaper.
She got a newspaper article about it. But the McDonald's down the street has $2 Happy Meals all the time. $2 Happy Meals and $1 any size sodas.
Wow.
So I would go down there, and I would get a couple Happy Meals and a couple large Diet Cokes for us, and get the toys each day. So we've got all but like a couple of them left now. I think like 3 were missing.
What if you never get those ones?
It's possible, and I'll live.
I saw some guy on my Facebook, I forgot who it was, he found it on eBay, I guess, the display for the Super Mario Brothers 3 toys.
Oh,
it's like cool. The whole display, and it has all of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you can just buy those.
Just have it.
Yeah, he just got it.
On his garage.
He like hung it up on his wall.
That's awesome.
Because it's the one that like was like they put up on the wall. And it's all in plastic. Yeah. It's got them on like
held onto that, huh?
In like perfect condition.
Well, now I'm sure they all keep all those things around.
But that back then, that was not really.
Yeah, who would have thought you would want to buy that? But
dude, that Goomba with the little thing, and you or was it which one? I think it was the Goomba, and it would like flip.
Yeah,
it had the little thing.
So. Like you push it down.
Yeah, and it would flip.
Yeah, these ones are pretty good. They're kind of a mixed bag though. Like the little 1-Up mushroom, you push it, and it's supposed to make the sound of the 1-Up. When you hit it, like. it doesn't sound anything like it.
What
So I don't know. It's just kind of like
like?
and I'm like, wait, that's not the 1-Up sound at all.
Maybe they didn't get the rights to the 1-Up
thinking,
sound.
like, is it from a newer version? But they all are generally
the same. No, dude, there's the 1-Up sound.
And it is not the 1-Up sound.
Maybe they didn't get the rights.
Maybe because then the Mario, sound. Like, there's one of the Marios where you push and it does like his jump sound, you know, and it sounds just like it. But incidentally, it also sounds like, you know, when a cop car does like their whoop whoop like that, like if they're gonna pull you over. And so we're driving along, and I hear boop boop, and I'm like, oh no, what did I do? And then I hear boop boop, and I'm looking around, and I don't see the police, and then like Janelle's laughing at me over here, and then she's like, what's the kid's thing?
That's like Arrested Development.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Oh, it freaked me out. You know that feeling, like, oh, I'm getting pulled over.
Like Amco. Yeah. Jeff Garland.
Not Arrested Development.
Not Curb Enthusiasm. One of those.
Yeah. Anyway, so be careful if you get the Mario one out there. Don't let your kids play with it in the back seat.
Now I'm thinking about the Fish Island song.
Which one?
The Strong Bad Womp Womp. With the Fish Island, they go Womp Womp. I've been watching a lot of Homestar Runner videos for some reason. They have. I subscribed to their YouTube channel, and now they pop up in my YouTube feed, even though they haven't uploaded any new ones.
It just happens.
But it's just like, here's some. You know that YouTube knows exactly what you want when you go to the front page.
They know how to feed
it's like,
that.
Hey, you're about to lose 3 hours of your life. Like when you go to YouTube.com, if you're signed in, and they're like, hey, you just lost 3 hours.
We've got you now, buddy.
Because then you just like even today before you got here, I instead of because I have a plan to avoid that page, I go to the BrendoMan page and then do the videos. Except I didn't do that this time, so of course I got sucked in.
Yeah,
and it was like, oh, here's this Shinsuke Nakamura video you haven't seen yet. Oh, here's this thing. Here's that. Oh, by the way, and then in the little side, and then it pops up on the side. You're like, ooh, like, and it's like everything you would like.
Yeah,
they like know. Because I've been using YouTube since 2004 when it launched. They know like the recommendations are like beyond spot on.
They know everything about you.
They do.
They know everything you want to see before you even.
And know especially you since like I watched so many, like it's like knows all the weird, like it's all there. Like it's because I watched that dog video like 8 million times.
Yeah, that's how they nailed you right there.
And then when I started watching all those other, like when I found that, what was that dog? We watched a bunch of them where it was doing all those weird songs.
Well, there's the guy that walks along too, going to the shopping at the store or something like that. Yeah. Oh my god!
So now it's like perfectly seated with just like the perfect amount. It's like you get tired of watching wrestling videos. Here's some really weird these videos. Oh, here's some like this thing. Here's carpool karaoke. Oh, here's this comedian. Here's that thing. It's like perfect. It knows everything. Oh, here's this. Because then today, like. I was watching a ton of like theme park stuff. So then it's like, oh, here's all these old Disneyland videos. And that's like a whole other like 8 million hours rabbit hole of like old specials. Like Mark posted that like alien encounter thing like a little bit ago. And that led me down like the biggest rabbit hole ever. Because then I found out like just going to yesterland.com was it's like a 5 because he did this series because he has a bunch of cool articles debunking like urban legends about Disney and about Disney World. Because today, there's that whole urban legend about the like Swan and Dolphin Hotel that the statues got switched and they didn't have money to like switch them back. Yeah. That's not true at all. They're supposed to be where they are. There's a whole story to each hotel, but back then they never like published the story. And if you know the story, the design makes sense. Like why the leaves are on the Dolphin Hotel and why the waves are on the Swan Hotel. It makes sense if you read the story.
Okay.
And this guy went back and like looked up interviews with the original architects and did all this research. He also debunks the myth that because it's something they tell you on the buses at Disney World that all the parks opened on October 1st because that's the day that Walt Disney got his dishonorable discharge from the army. None of that is true.
No?
First of all, MGM Studios opened on May 1st, 1989.
Okay.
Second of all, Walt Disney was never in the army. He was in the ambulance corps of the Red Cross, which has nothing to do with the military. Third of all, he never got discharged. So none of that is true. But it's something that everybody says. You know what's another one that I've heard before?
Okay.
that Catella Avenue is named Catella because Walt Disney's daughters were named Kate and Ella, and I always knew that was false, but nobody believed me because Walt Disney's daughters were not named Kate and Ella. They were named Diane and Sharon. Every true Disney nerd knows that. So then he went deeper and found out why people say that. It's because there was a prominent rancher in Anaheim who, and this was way before. This is like in like the early 1900s.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure Catella like predates Disneyland. And but he had the daughters Kate and Ella, and he named it.
Okay.
So he named like his ranch Catella or something. And then the school district, he was so prominent that the school district, it was the Catella at school district or something. Okay. And then different streets were named Catella. And then when Walt Disney was like, well, Catella's good because they you should name this Park Avenue or Disney whatever, and he's like, no, Catella's great.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I learned a lot. That was about 4 hours of my, and then I was like, because I'm really trying to logistically figure out this Japan trip,
right?
And I discovered today that the Universal Studios is not in Tokyo; it's in Osaka.
So you got to do a little extra traveling.
Well, here's the thing: I already wanted to go to Kyoto, and Osaka is only a little bit farther than Kyoto, and I can actually do a thing. I could take the train, which I think I want to take the train, but I could also, I looked up, it's not that expensive. Once you get into Japan, to fly from Tokyo to Osaka is $94. So I'm like, well, maybe I could just fly. But also I want to take the bullet train, but it's cool. It's like a 3-hour train ride. But it's 2 hours from Tokyo to Kyoto, and then it's another hour to Osaka. But I'm like, what if it worked out that because I also want to look up where New Japan is going on their tour. But I think so they have a show on January 4th, then a show on December 5th, and then I think they take a break. So there wouldn't be any show there but maybe some other wrestling companies.
Some other stuff there.
But still, I would like to go to other cities. So go to Kyoto, also because Nakamura is from Kyoto, and also Kyoto is a really beautiful place. She goes there in Lost in Translation.
Yeah.
And then Osaka looks really cool.
Big Burger goes to Japan.
They go,
also,
yeah, definitely. Sure. And but then Osaka, but they're Universal. They don't have ET, but okay, here's Universal. At first, I was a little disappointed because it's like a mashup of Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Orlando, because they have the Harry Potter stuff. They have Spider-Man. They have but the main reason why I would go there is they have the full Jaws ride.
Oh, they still do.
It's the one place that's still there. I thought they had E.T. They don't. They also don't have King Kong anymore.
Okay.
But King Kong is... But that King Kong... That means King Kong is completely gone.
Yeah.
And it's in that original form. Yeah. Is completely gone.
There's no other Universals? Just Florida?
There's one in Singapore, but they don't... Maybe they have it. I have to look. I know there's one in Singapore.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go to Singapore.
Maybe.
I've always wanted to go there. Supposedly it's the cleanest place in the whole world. That's also where they cane people and stuff.
Yeah.
For littering. That's why it's the cleanest place in the world.
Don't litter.
Remember that whole big thing, kid?
Yeah.
That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's the whole reason why Singapore canes are a prominent weapon in wrestling is because Paul Heyman, being the promotional genius he was, came up with the idea during that to get on that controversy. They had a Singapore cane match, and it got attention because of that whole thing.
Right.
But then ever since then, it's become those cane, because it's a kendo. They use a kendo stick, but it's different than the cane in Singapore is this bamboo shoot thing.
Yeah.
But they just had these kendo sticks, and they called them Singapore canes, and then that's become a typical common wrestling weapon. All because of that guy. I remember that was on all the talk shows and everything.
I mostly knew about it because they talked about it in Mad Magazine.
Yeah. It was one of those things that happened.
I think SNL probably did.
It's funny on the Blaze, they talk about current events that are happening on when the episodes air. Yeah. So it's just weird hearing all these weird 90s things the John Wayne Bobbitt and all this the Menendez brothers and just all this stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Like
90s were weird, man.
Yeah, and then just other things like the Northridge earthquakes, like just about like those are really bad.
Yeah.
Like,
it was an interesting time for all of us.
90s.
The dream of the 90s is alive.
But speaking of that, I have a clean bill of health.
Oh, that's good. You went to the doctor?
Went to the doctor. I got my doctor. She's a very nice lady.
Oh, good. This is like your first visit,
yeah.
Right?
I did get a little bit of a lecture about that, but it was fine. And she was cool. And I did like the full, because I never gotten, have you ever gotten an EKG?
I think I did before I had my surgery. They stick
all these things to you?
I think I did before I had my surgery, but it's
surgery?
been a long time. My tumor on my leg.
You had a tumor on your leg?
Yeah.
When was this?
When I was in 8th grade.
I didn't know
I got
about
this awesome scar. Check this thing out.
Was it cancerous?
It was not. It turned out to be. They couldn't tell because it was a bony tumor, and so they couldn't do a biopsy.
Man.
It was actually, so there's a chunk of my bone missing here, and also I can't feel this whole section of my leg.
Holy cow.
Yeah. You didn't know
I
that?
don't know about any of that.
Yeah, I got a rad scar.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it was kind of freaky because I guess like a main like nerve for my leg was like going right over it. It was like growing under the nerve, so they like told me ahead of time like you might not get to walk anymore.
Was it big?
Yeah, like the way I knew I had it was I had a big lump on my leg, and one time I was like, "Hey, Mom, what's this lump?" And
did your mom like lose her mind?
Yeah, she's like, "Don't you ever do that again? You tell me when you find a thing." Blah, blah. Like, so anyway, it turned out to be okay.
That's like every parent's nightmare.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, what's this lump?
Yeah, and it
do you remember that? Do you remember that Home Improvement where like I think it was like what's the youngest one?
To Timmy, I can't remember.
Well, whatever. Like
Timmy.
He had like some lumps on his neck. And I remember there was a whole episode about it. And I remember as a kid, terrified because I remember I would get like, they're not like zits, but they're like something. And I would get them. And I remember after that just being convinced that I had cancer.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it was quite a scare. I was out of school for like 2 or 3 months because I had a brace on.
Gosh.
Couldn't walk for a while because my leg had to be in a brace. I think it was like a month or something. And when it came off,
I had a friend that had a tumor in his leg, and the only way they found it was because he worked at he was a trail guide at like at a hiking place, like a Boy Scout camp, and he fell and like broke his leg like severely. So when they found it, and it was cancerous. But then like because I think it was something like you where it was like a bony thing, and they ended up having to like shorten. Like he's like he has to have like a lift on like one of his shoes.
Mine was like
they ended up having to shorten his leg.
Yeah, well, mine they were able to preserve but it looks because it was like kind of the size of a golf ball, and it was like stuck in the middle of it. So there's like kind of a dip in my bone. You can actually feel it.
Yeah,
it's really weird. There's actually a dip in my bone there. So
it's crazy.
I probably shouldn't jump.
I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Okay, well, this leads to like one of my funniest stories from when I was a kid. So this was 8th grade, right? And I had to do all this pre-op stuff, it was freaky. And so I went to this place and I had to do all these blood tests and I had to get a urine sample. Yeah. And it was at the hospital actually. So they sent me in the restroom. They gave me like the cup, right? And they said, all right, do your thing. And there's like a little, like the little turny door, right? Mm-hmm. They said, put it in there and then we'll take it from there, right? So I do my thing. I put it in the little turny thing and then nothing happens. And right next to it, there's like a rope hanging down that says, pull for assistance. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's the thing I pulled to tell them I'm ready for them to take the pee away, right?
Yeah.
So I pull it, and that's the alarm for like emergency, and the whole entire waiting room and everything, the lights go off. My mom is out there freaking out. And there's people pounding on there. What's wrong? What's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. And then they like rush into the bathroom, they use their thing, and I'm like, I'm sorry, it said pull for assistance. And then like it was really, really I had to walk out. I'm sorry, everybody. Because everybody, all the nurses and doctors.
Why do they have that? Is it like if you're dying?
Like if you fall off the toilet, there's a rope that hangs to the ground so that you can pull it for help. But it was also right near the thing where you put it. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm ready for my assistance now. So I learned that day.
See, mine, it was like pee in this cup and then put it on my desk.
Yeah. Yeah, that weirds me out too. Like, what else has been on your desk?
And then I'm just like walking down this hallway with my pee, and there's like.
But what if you like dribbled on the outside?
I don't know.
And then it's on his desk. I don't know.
It seemed pretty. The whole thing seemed pretty sterile. It wasn't like they had like it wasn't like a desk where they're like.
It wasn't like he was writing his paper. I'll just put it here.
Yeah,
I'll get it in a
no.
second. Okay.
It was like, this
like
is my P desk.
Okay. Well, if they had a P desk, you didn't say it was a P desk.
It definitely seemed like it was the sole purpose of the desk.
It was the P. Okay.
Like, yeah, I could just see like this. Like,
yeah, that's
put
what
it
I'm
just right here.
Like,
put it on the Marmaduke book.
Try not to spill anything.
Don't spill pee on Marmaduke.
Man, you gotta get a P desk.
Yeah. But so I got an EKG where they stick all the things, and then that was fine. And then I had to do like an actual like diabetes blood test where they prick your finger and put the thing, which I'm like, please don't, because that sucked. Because I'm like, can you imagine doing that every day?
No,
oh my gosh.
Horrible.
I'm like, I would. Plus, I'm like, doesn't that like cause like if you have to prick like yourself like every day, doesn't that cause like I don't know? So I'm like, fun. So I think that's their way of scaring me because like then it turned out fine. So I'm like, okay, good. Like,
yeah, but they're like, do you want to have to?
I
do
think
this
that's
all the
their
time?
way of being like, this is what this is what you have and I never had that done before.
So all the like stuff with your eye though.
Okay, they were trying to determine if it was like what it was. So then I did like the full blood work and that everything came back good. Like I don't have anything. Everything's fine.
That's good.
I don't have to do another one for 2 years. So I'm in the 2 years. I have to go back to the doctor for 6 months.
That's good.
So everything, that's good. But she did say something that kind of was scary.
Okay.
Because she's like, well, it's probably you need new glasses, but it could also, like, everything you described sounds like ocular migraines.
Oh, okay.
Don't look up ocular migraines.
I'm not looking up anything. I know better than that by now.
Because it's like, because she's like, did you have headaches? And I was like, no. It's like, well, ocular migraines, you don't necessarily get the headaches, but it's like a migraine, like in your, I don't know. And then those can lead, and it's one eye. And it's exactly what I described.
Yeah.
And it eventually can lead to total blindness in one.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm like, oh God.
Is there a way they can like?
Well, if it happens again, they can do more tests.
Okay.
But looking up, there's some medications that they think it's like migraines. They don't have any cure and anything. They're like, here's some medications that might help.
Huh.
That's basically if you look up the treatment for it.
But the glasses could be a thing.
That's the most likely thing.
Right.
It's either that or ocular migraines.
So we're rooting for glasses.
We're hoping.
When do you get your glasses?
Sometime, I think Thursday. Well, I have an appointment on Thursday. Okay. I thought maybe they come in sooner than that, but I think that's when I'm getting them. Okay. So because she's also going to do a second evaluation just to make sure.
Okay.
Just to check, because it's like, because that's why it's like. At first, I was like, wait, I don't have like, is this a covered visit? And because I don't think that's normal. But she's like, yeah, it's a medical.
Okay.
It's a medical, and you have unlimited medical visits.
Oh, that's good.
Because if it's a medical thing,
not just
like oh, my prescription.
Yeah.
Because there was like this old guy that clearly was like they were like so like ready to get him out of there because he's like, oh, this thing, it's causing this and it's slipping and this, and they're like, oh, God, this is like your 8th. And like, oh gosh, it was like. I'm like, this is what they have to deal with at the optometrist.
And you know, it like as much as like it sucks from the consumer's perspective, you got to figure it's not fun for them to deal with all that insurance nonsense either. I mean, it's not everyone who works in that industry doesn't like want it to be bad for you. I wouldn't want to have to deal with that like from that side of it. My gosh.
I worked in health insurance for a bit.
Not fun.
And I quickly realized, like, oh, this is evil.
Yeah.
This is evil. Because my job was a claims resolution specialist, which basically what I was doing was finding any possible way to deny that claim.
You were like Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
What's his name? Bob?
Yeah. I would go through, but I mean, in theory, I was calling, like, if there was some problem with a claim, I would call the doctor or whoever and like, that try to resolve it, but really the main goal was to like find a way for this to reject this claim. And most of this stuff was like people on like veterans benefits and stuff. So that was fun.
Yeah, that's real bad.
Yeah. You want to know what you want to like, you think you've had a bad day at work? Try calling a like disabled veteran and telling them that like, oh yeah, I'm rejecting your claim right now. And then you get to listen like that. Yeah, that's real fun.
Yeah. How do you sleep at night?
Yeah, I got asked that a lot of times.
Yep.
So that was a fun job.
I would definitely
just the fact
not
that
go into
job existed was like, because again, it was under the auspices of like, oh, we need to make sure all these claims are correct.
Right, but that's not necessarily the way it plays out.
Man, it was like going. I had like a whole rubric and like everything, and like, oh, if this is this, then like that's a rejection. If this is this, reject. This is this, reject.
Ugh.
And like, and I was paid, like I had incentives for like claims, and the fastest like rejecting a claim was way easier than like getting a claim passed through. So it was almost, it wasn't officially an incentive to reject as many claims, but let me tell you, the faster I could reject a claim, I could move on to the next one, and I'd hit my quota way faster as far as many claims processed.
Right. Well, anyway, so it's
what
mostly
if the insurance mafia comes to kill me now?
Now you just told all their secrets.
I didn't say who I work for.
It's true. Did it rhyme with Smate Smarm?
Nope. You haven't heard of this.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think this is a company that
Okay.
but they're very well known in the insurance world.
Okay.
But probably not
To the general public.
to the general people.
But
Because most of our contracts were through like TRICARE and like military and
Okay.
veterans and stuff. So our name wasn't really out there.
All right. Well, good
it's a
news in
huge
general,
company.
though, right? Like all things mostly good.
Yeah, mostly good. Still a little scary.
Yeah.
That I like one day it could happen again.
Yeah.
I woke up from I'm scared because it was after I woke up from a nap and like
Scared to nap now.
Well, I took a nap today.
Nothing happened.
Well, it was the general blurry that happens when you wake up. But then imagine that not going away and only in one eye.
Yeah.
That's what I was experiencing. We should get to this mail.
We should. We got a lot of mail.
Especially since I want to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I know we need to.
It was amazing.
Oh, so good.
I cried a lot.
So good. So emotional.
Plus, like, is awesome Mix Volume 1 was. Awesome Mix Volume 2 was like that much better. And everything about it was amazing.
It was great.
And as I predicted, as we both said, Baby Groot, man.
Oh, yeah.
And Yondu. I knew, like, from what we saw, we knew that those were going to be the stars of the movie.
Yeah.
And they totally were.
Yep.
Everybody was great. That, like, I think it's the most I've ever agreed with certain things that Derek's written, but, like, that was probably the most character-driven Marvel movie, like, ever.
Yeah. Very
and,
much
like,
so.
James Gunn is just a freaking genius. I hope, like, now, like, they're just gonna let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
like whatever he wants.
This one made like so much more money opening weekend than the first one,
and it's way more bonkers than the second movie, which is like crazy.
Yeah.
Like when you really think about like if you tell somebody like what that movie was and like what it's about, it's crazy.
Well,
but the fact that like we built, but again, like we talked about this over and over again because it was the 9-year anniversary, almost to the day, of Iron Man.
Yeah.
And it started under such like just such gentle auspices of like who would have ever thought, like they did.
They knew.
They had planned this all. They're like, we have this here, like Guardians of the Galaxy, Howard the Duck, crazy, insane stuff. And they worked their way up, and now we're here.
Yeah.
And we don't. I keep saying something. We don't deserve this because people are being real butts now about everything. Not about that, but just.
This one.
But there's just. I just think about the way people are trashing. People are so picky. It's so crazy. I'm like, we live in a world that we couldn't even dream of even 9 years ago. But let alone think about. Anytime I get like. You start getting cynical about superhero movies and comic movies, all I think about is my brother and I in 1990 sitting with our comic books, and this was all pipe dreams, complete pipe dreams. I think of reading that book, reading about Stan Lee trying to get a Marvel movie made for like 30 years and coming up completely empty.
Now,
oh my gosh.
All right, so we should just say we're going to say some spoilers throughout the show about Guardians of the Galaxy.
It was funny that Derek was really upset. Like he tweeted out that at the ArcLight, because he went to the ArcLight, that it seemed to him that nobody got any of the tags.
Yeah.
And like there was no reaction where I was at the heart, because I got Cine 1 at 7:00 on Thursday. And oh man, that's Cine 1. Oh, love it so much. But I would say not. First of all, the lowest amount. I think people are finally catching on to like don't get up during a Marvel movie.
We still had
there still are.
Them,
we had a few, but it's definitely gone down and down and down. And then right away, like okay, as soon as the Watcher popped up, like I was proud of people because I felt like even because I remember like. There was probably a handful of us in the Iron Man theater that were like losing our losing our minds, but there was a lot of people that were like, "What is it?" And we were just like, "I've never freaked out more." No. Like that was the first one, and also just for that was so huge. Like to go from we just saw an Iron Man movie that was great to Nick Fury and the Avengers and
it was Samuel L. Jackson of all people.
Yeah. And so like to go from and now we're at this and now it's like okay like but I love the fact that like the Watchers and Stan Lee's like with him, and I'm like, is Stan Lee a Watcher? I think they're saying Stan Lee's a Watcher.
Kind of what seems like they're
and but it makes sense. Yeah. And I love where he's like, oh guys, I got you would have the ride away home. It's so funny. And like, and then just like the way they've built to the Infinity Gauntlet is almost because every movie we're just getting to the point where we fight we Adam Warlock, like this is it, this is happening. And the amount of people that completely freaked out as soon as she said that, like I'm like, oh, I like because Derek at the same time was like, you guys are all Hollywood phonies. And I'm like, it's funny, like I'm like, I guess out here in the boonies we have more time on our hands because everything, and then like the Ravagers and like Michelle Yeoh and like that Michael Rosenbaum
and Sylvester Stallone.
You know who the robot is? It's Miley Cyrus.
Was it really?
Yes.
No, I didn't know that.
Dude.
So are they getting like a spin-off or are they just going to be part of the...
Okay, so James Gunn right now says it sounds like they're just going to be part of 3.
Because that could be a whole movie there.
Oh yeah, the freaking Ravagers, dude.
Oh my gosh.
And then like and then Marvel released, everybody is dumping on the Inhumans, but like Marvel released a picture of like that's the new ABC show that's happening.
Oh, like the spin-off.
Yeah. And then speaking of things, I can't stop watching that Defenders trailer.
That is like really good. And I'm so far behind.
You're so far, but
it's amazing though.
And I also again the build because people are crazy about Iron Fist. I am sorry. Yeah. I love Iron Fist, but also this like Iron Fist is so essential to what they're built without Iron Fist, like because we've been building the hand up,
right?
And Iron Fist is such an essential piece to that, like it really ties everything together. You could see like this is the last building block to the Defenders, and I don't understand why I don't get it at all. I mean, I get that everybody has their opinion, but I'm sorry, I love it. I love it.
Different like characters
in
there.
And I love it. I love it so much. Although somebody put out, they sure do love their hallway fight scenes, but that's because hallway fight scenes are awesome.
That scene from I think it's the second episode of
Daredevil. Dude, the Daredevil. That's
like one of the greatest fight scenes I've ever seen.
Well, I thought the Iron Fist hallway fight scene was awesome. I love Iron Fist. Like I love it. People are nuts. I mean. They're not nuts. I respect people's opinions, but I disagree wholeheartedly. And I love Iron Fist.
Well, the fact that we're getting another super team in a TV series,
and
again, nothing like this ever. We don't know what we have.
We don't.
Because that was not a thing before.
The way they're building to Infinity War is and the fact that we're so close now to Infinity War, this is something in our wildest dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, and everybody in Guardians was so good. Every character, oh my gosh, Nebula made they all made me cry.
Yeah, it was so emotional for a movie about.
But it was also so funny.
It was so funny, but for a movie about fighting a planet. You would not think it would be that emotionally
Batista
grounded.
Made me cry.
Dude, all of them did.
Cry.
Oh, his relationship with Mantis was
so
funny.
Gosh. And then
the father-son stuff.
Oh my!
I watched it with my dad. So
dude,
it was
when that Cat Stevens song came on.
Oh my gosh!
Well, that was again the soundtrack. Just the use of music in that movie was that opening scene.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So
and
great.
Just the way the whole thing focused on Baby Groot and
doing his little dance and stuff.
Oh my gosh, dude! But then Dude, Michael Rooker should be nominated for an award.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And okay, him, I think he was amazing. Sean Gunn.
No, he's the second in command, right?
Yeah.
What's his? I can't remember what his actual name is.
Yeah, I forgot, but he
was the guy who sticks with them.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, and that's his brother.
Yeah,
right?
that's
and his parents were both in it too. As I can't remember what they were.
Family. But I just love because this is definitely like the biggest thing besides Gilmore, like because within James Gunn's project, because James Gunn has a fun time torturing his brother. Like he's killed him and like because all the trauma movies and stuff. He's just done horrific things to his brother. Like, but I love that he's finally like giving his brother. And also he had like he was a very important part of everything.
Yeah.
And it's just and like hearing him talk about it. Like I watched some interviews, is very sweet. And then just James Gunn wrote this whole big thing like the day after, just talking about like I just want to say like we are Groot and like his whole just talking about like his struggles as a kid because he was the weird kid and he's like we're all like it was almost like this it's our time and we're all here and we're all doing stuff and it was just so beautiful. I thought it was amazing. He's the best and I love that Marvel's just enabled like all these amazing people that like. They've given all these people these chances,
and they're all running. Yeah, that's why they're so great because each one.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Doctor Strange again, and I was like, oh gosh,
it's amazing, and it's again such a different perspective.
Yeah. And dude, all those trailers, dude, the Thor Ragnarok trailer,
Thor looks amazing.
Thor looks Spider-Man, that new Spider-Man trailer, the big screen. I'm so excited for Spider-Man, and then seeing like. Wonder Woman looked great.
I agree. These newest batch of trailers for Wonder Woman, I'm in.
I'm totally in. I'm just like, but I'm also in the back of my mind like, how are they gonna scream?
There's a little nagging
here's the thing: watching Wonder Woman and then because like that doesn't have to me watching it. I'm like, you know what? This doesn't have on it. I think it's that there is like this Zack Snyder. And that's not there in Wonder Woman, and it's definitely there in the Justice League trailer. As much as I'm kind of on board with Justice League, I want to believe, but the stuff Aquaman doesn't make any sense.
So weird, and that's the amazing thing about the way.
I don't think that standalone Aquaman movie is gonna happen.
No,
I don't see.
But that's the thing about what's amazing about what Marvel has done is that they've taken their characters that everyone would be like, well, you can't make a standalone movie.
Well, everybody, or whatever. Starting with Iron Man.
Yeah,
everyone's like, what the heck? I remember having to tell people because they're like, Iron Man, what's that? Why would I care about Iron Man? I'm like, no, it's gonna be awesome. He's got his very like nuanced character, and Robert Downey Jr. Even people were crapping on Robert Downey Jr., but those of us that had seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and some of his like return work were like, no, this is gonna work. I remember telling people this, and nobody believed me, and you and I were in there, and it was just like, they did it. Yeah. Like, what's happening?
Well, and I mean, just the fact that we're getting Spider-Man back in the fold, I'm excited out of my mind for Spider-Man. Like,
that new trailer was Michael Keaton,
dude,
is like terrifying. Dude.
Also, how great was Kurt Russell in this?
Oh, dude, Kurt Russell. He's great in everything.
Yeah, but it was just stunning. Also, I would say this is by far the most convincing and realistic, like backwards aging CGI I've seen yet.
Oh yeah,
like, young Kurt Russell looked like young Kurt Russell, and it was crazy.
I think they finally figured all that out.
Even like, I mean, even recent ones.
Oh yeah,
but they've gotten I think they got it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't know that was Kurt Russell backwards age, it just looked like a guy.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
It was pretty phenomenal.
It was great. So I don't know. They're great.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Everything about that movie was amazing. All right, we got to read some letters.
Let's do some mail.
All right, Mark Bolton writing in.
What's up?
Hey, Mark Bolton here. I'm in the middle of episode number 320. Yeah, he's a little
behind. That's okay.
You're reading the one guy's email where he's listening to old Radio BrendoMans. Oh, that would be Mark Kalmbach.
Yep, you'll be hearing more
and
of that.
He doesn't understand Brendo's love of the greatest restaurant ever made, Taco Bell. This guy is nanners. And then a lot of exclamation points. See, to be fair, Mark's Taco Bell, his one exposure to Taco Bell is that horrible Taco Bell.
He has a bad Taco Bell experience. I get that.
And also, he didn't have Taco Bell growing up. Because that didn't...
Right.
Because it didn't
wasn't
come
part of his...
later.
I mean, I remember getting those burritos as a kid with my grandparents.
Taco Bell's quality is unsurpassed in any eating establishment known to man.
Maybe a little hyperbole. I don't know.
Well, we all know how much Mark loves Taco Bell.
Yes.
Anyway, it's cool he's listening to old apps. There's a lot of good stuff in there, including all my letters.
True.
Brendo, I read the unauthorized Marvel Comics history book about 3 or 4 months ago. So
yeah.
It was a really good book, but Marvel's history is kind of sad. That is true. It kind of bummed me out how often and currently, which is true, this is still a thing, that Marvel's artists are not given their due, both in esteem and financially. Yeah, it is an ongoing thing. Jack Kirby should be a household name up there with Walt Disney and Pablo Picasso. I agree. Without Jack Kirby, there is no like comics, and it's kind of a bummer, like, because he should be right there.
Yeah.
With like Stan Lee, like right there. I read some comics from the 70s and 80s while reading the book. That was pretty fun. It's true. Like if you go back and read, like if you have any of those essential, like the Marvel Essentials books and reading like their old, those things hold up like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of that stuff. The thing, I'm reading this book, Comic Books 101. It's by 2 people that I know from IDW, Chris Ryall and Scott Tipton, and they're going through, it's like a history of comics and like kind of like for the lay person.
Right.
And like there's a lot of stuff that I don't know about. And they talked about like some like I guess like, cause have you ever read like the old Disney comics, like old Donald Duck and like
Scrooge and all
like
those ones.
So like they're going in like, but like those are like considered some of the best comics ever. Period.
Those are great adventure ones.
I know. I want to read more of them, but for a period of time, those are really hard to come by. But now they finally, Disney got a new license,
right?
And they were able to fight, because a lot of that stuff was way like they weren't even doing reissues
from when I was a kid.
But now they've got like a bunch of collected editions, and I want to get some because that's that's like the stuff that DuckTales is based on, is like all those old Donald Duck comics. A lot of
those ones.
There's a lot of like super goofy, like the writing was like just really on point.
Well, or where there's modern movies that like
borrowed.
Well, because Inception is like the big
Inception one. Well, and also when you read some, like these were huge influences on a lot of people.
Right.
And so it is like a lot of stuff has been derived from these old Uncle Scrooge comics.
Now it's fun because they've been putting out just like regular issues of like those, and we've gotten a few from our local comic book shop here because Luke's been super into them. So they're great. Definitely recommended.
So I wouldn't think about that, but that's cool. You've been reading old books. Anyway, I gotta clean the cat litter. It's next to the computer, so I gotta go. Love the show. P.S. Phil, are you loving that new Zelda? Ellie says Zelda video game that came out.
Yes.
And there's some new Nintendo system out now, right? Is it good? Does it play Frogger?
It doesn't play Frogger yet. It's great.
They don't have a Frogger on there?
Don't have a Frogger. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll get one.
Remember when they came out with that like new Frogger on like the PlayStation?
Yeah.
It was actually really good.
Well, they did a DS one, or maybe it was Game Boy Advance one that was pretty fun.
But like
too.
the 3D, it was all 3D. Yeah. That was when they made like 3D versions of everything, like the late 90s.
For better or worse in some cases, yeah.
Peace out.
Yes, of course I love the Switch.
Hashtag John Goo Bang Doo. Hashtag I am Mark from Harvard or whatever this was called. It's John from Princeton.
That was Mark from Princeton.
That was John. Oh, yeah. John Goo Bang Doo, Mark from Princeton.
Yeah.
Hashtag Pizza Toots.
Always.
Okay, this was an awesome.
I'm very excited for this
email. Richard in Nova Scotia.
We have not heard from Richard before, I don't believe.
The subject line of this was long-time listener, first-time writer.
Nice.
Hey, guys. I've been listening since the Smodcastle days of Bag and Boarded, so he must have appreciated last week's Matt Cruz episodes.
I was very proud, by the way, of those titles.
Yeah.
Matt Cruz 2, Cruise Control.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Still cruising.
I
came up with that.
That was good.
It's the Beach Boys album.
Yeah.
Which, that album sucks, but that's a good title.
Good title, though.
Although it did have that Wiping Out song with the Fat Boys. I really liked that song as a kid. It was just the Beach Boys in the background going, wiping out, wipe out, wiping out. And then the Beach Boys doing their, like, the Fat Boys doing their Fat Boy stuff. Remember the Fat Boys?
Yeah, they were a thing for a while.
They were a thing for a while. Late 80s.
Yeah, early 90s.
All right. I'm really enjoying Brendo's love of Anne of Green Gables and yours. We're reading it.
It is fantastic.
I'm on the 4th book.
Yeah, you're ahead of me already, but
it's so good.
It's amazing.
Dude, reading Anne of the Island, I like cried like a lot.
We've been watching the old Sullivan ones with the kids too while we're at it.
Are those can you get those anywhere? You have to buy the DVDs.
To buy them from them, but we have them. You can.
I don't know. I want to watch. Here's the thing. I think I want to finish the books. Well, the show that's coming out on Netflix is just the first book.
Right.
So
I think they're going to probably do.
But they're probably going to do more because I think it.
But like some people, I think out of the U.S. they've already got.
Well, it. No. Well, it came out
How
on.
does that work?
We'll go into it.
Oh, okay. It's in the letter.
I'm really enjoying Brendo's Love of Anne of Green Gables because it's a CBC show. It already aired. It just finished airing on CBC,
okay.
And then Netflix.
They picked it up.
And it's gonna.
Okay.
It's like co-production.
I've seen a lot of people.
It's a co-production. Yeah, people are watching it. The episodes are all available if you know where to get them.
Okay.
They're all streaming it illegally.
Well, I'll just watch it when it's time.
It's gonna be on Netflix.
Yeah.
Why don't
plenty of time?
Plenty of time. Okay. So I wanted to give you the heads up that the new Netflix show Anne is a must-watch.
All right.
Here in the land of hockey and poutine, we're seeing the show air on the CBC.
They're seeing it legit.
It's incredible. The actress who plays Anne is perfectly cast. The show has a surprisingly dark tone at times. Yeah, I've read some episode descriptions.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that they've taken liberties, but they definitely have gone for a more, like, modern.
I mean, I could see
take.
Because there's some dark things that happen, but Anne, through her perspective, it's light. She has a lot of tragedy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could see that. I could see it working.
It's the show has surprisingly dark tone at times, but it's a great adaptation of L.M. Montgomery's work. One thing that is disappointing is it's not all taped in Prince Edward Islands. So I love it. It's PEI for the that's what they call it. And at times I can tell. I visited PEI many times. Oh man,
oh jealous.
Well, I want to hear more.
Right by there.
I need to hear more.
Yeah.
And can see things don't look right for the island. In fact, I'm planning on spending a week in PEI this summer, so I'll be posting pics this summer. Please do. Thanks for the great podcast, Richard in Nova Scotia.
Yeah. Okay, if you would, Richard, post some in like the group so we can see. Yeah. Like if you got any good stuff.
You got Prince Edward Island pictures.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Oh,
especially anything
that
might be Anne related.
Well, I've been looking at a lot of websites.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Prince Edward Island
great.
now.
Again, I have to be a little proud because you definitely were hesitant before going into this.
And now I'm like obsessed.
Yeah, it's great, right?
It's so good. And I love that this newest one, the Anne of Windy Poplars, so I bought it said complete collection, right. But Anne of Windy Poplars was not in. So
really?
It went to Anne's House of Dreams. I'm like, wait a minute.
Because it was written,
but it was written like way later, like in 1920 something.
Right.
So then I bought it. It was only 99 cents.
I wonder why that wasn't included.
I don't know. I think this edition,
because she wrote it later, but she wrote it and intended it to be in that timeline.
Yeah. Well, because it's the 3 years, like where like she's the principal of the high school.
Right. So it's different from other ones where they like for
she
instance
wrote it like
C.S.
Narnia,
Lewis, where they
change it after the fact,
right.
And it doesn't make sense.
She did it and put it in that.
And part. This is chronological. Like this makes sense.
Right. And it's supposed to be that way. Yeah. It's not
chronological in a way that makes sense.
Right.
The chronological in Narnia doesn't make sense.
Right. Because then you're dealing with the whole different. You've got this different eras and stuff.
Yeah.
This is Anne's life, so it makes sense to go chronologically.
Yeah. And this one, which I love, it's an epistolary novel.
Yeah. I believe there's a couple of them in the series in that sense.
And I love it, and I love the new characters, and I love the way, like, because it's almost all purely from Anne's point of view, and it's just very entertaining. And although now that I kind of know the EL, there is kind of, because there's like the Harry Potter formula.
Yeah.
I'm kind of catching on to the L.M. Montgomery formula, and it's because like you're waiting for that, like, and it's not like a formula, but something really bad happens in every book.
Someone's gonna die or something,
and like, because oh my gosh, I was not expecting it to happen when it did in Anne of the Island, and it like killed me, especially since it wasn't something that I thought was going to be a big deal, and just the way that L.M. Montgomery wrote about it and the way it hit Anne in this very particular way, like, I don't know, I don't want to get spoilers here.
Yeah, just in case.
It, like, I was in a public place and I was like seriously crying.
Yeah. She writes character
the way she writes, because it's like this. I can see there. I could understand why so many people compare her with Mark Twain, because there is that like sense of almost, because she does have some of this like. There's a little bit of like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, even sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
And then also just the way she describes things, and there's this tone that like is not typical, especially of like when I think about like reading a period piece book
or other stuff that was
like
written
other
in,
quote unquote literature.
Yeah,
like it's just so unique
and so modern feeling for being so old.
Exactly. And there's just this sense, and I think like that character though. I mean, the characters just live and breathe in a way that is rare.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm like. Oh my gosh, like and I can understand why. And then I got into this weird Anne of Green Gables rabbit hole. Like, did you know that, for instance, there is a movie version of Anne, like a 40s version of Anne of Windy Poplars with an actress that is named Anne Shirley? That's the name of the actress.
Yeah, but I think you can't. Is that findable?
The movie itself is not findable.
I think
but the fact that there was and I'm like, did they cast her just because her name is Anne? But also because from what I heard, it's a terrible movie.
Well, okay, so as you know, Janelle has been like long obsessed with Anne of Green Gables. So I went through and I've bought her everything that has ever been made. So there's also a BBC series. I bought the DVDs of that, although some of those were lost along the lines of like Doctor Who. So I think only Anne of Avonlea survived and not Anne of Green Gables, something like that. There's
those tape overwriting jerks.
Oh, there's of course the Kevin Sullivan ones. Then there's like the newer Kevin Sullivan.
The newer ones, and then there's a
couple other things. Well, then of course there's the Avonlea series, which is loosely. It's
tied to the Chronicles of Avonlea stories,
right? And there are, but Anne does pop up in there. Marilla pops in there, and a few other characters here and there. We have it all. If it's findable, we have it. So,
but I was just reading it, and also I'm just like, that's crazy. So I looked up this actor's Anne Shirley, but that's the only one. I'm like, why that one? Like,
I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know.
Because it's not like because I'm like, oh, did she do all of them? Nope.
Just that one.
It's so weird. And her name was Anne Shirley. And I'm like, she's probably named after the character.
Probably.
But like, that's still weird.
Okay, here's another interesting one. A little trivia about Anne of Windy Poplars. I don't know if you did like any reading on this. The original title was Anne of Windy Willows.
Yeah.
And then the publisher didn't want to be confused with Wind in the Willows. Yeah. But in England, it was published as Anne of Windy Willows. And in those versions, the American publisher had like she censored some of the stuff.
Yeah.
That was like deemed too graphic for the time. Some stuff about like a funeral that happened, and some other things like details about people dying. There's a guy that like they say died and they couldn't get his eyes closed, so they buried him with his eyes open. And there's this whole like ghost story kind of thing that this lady tells her, and that's all cut out of the American version. But if you find those old ones,
then I have the American version.
Well, they only have them like if you get the old ones that were published back then.
How am I gonna find that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to, but but you can also just go online and there's people that have written out like here's the stuff that's missing and you can kind of plug it in there. Yeah. But there is like a different version that was like more graphic.
You've opened up.
Yeah, and the funny part is that when the American one was reviewed in like a newspaper, they pulled a quote from a part that was censored out of it from the British one, but that still went into the review. So,
all right, well, let's get through these letters.
All right, anyway, I'm super excited that you wrote though. So thank you, Richard, for writing.
Mario writes in. Mario Flowers here. Put your name on it. Maybe
Always.
Brendan. Okay, I shouldn't even read this because it's who's Brenda.
I don't know.
Can get new glasses from a deceased person. I'm not Phil.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the one that gets dead guy clothes.
Do you ever get dead guy glasses?
No, because
of the prescription.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
The kid got swifty on the bathroom floor and the coworker quit. That is true. The stinger for Guardians will be Peter Quill and Thor playing checkers.
That would have been cool. I would have been like that.
Oh, dude, Teen Groot.
Oh my gosh.
It's very funny.
So funny.
Maybe it was a trash panda making the tapping noise you couldn't find. Those also make footprints.
Yeah, that's the thing. There was fresh snow and no footprints.
Because then he was like, they don't have shoes. I'm like, they still make
they
paw.
Still make paw prints. There's no paw prints. There you go. I'm sure there's some rational explanation, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, set up.
And it happened on multiple times.
Did you ever set up like a camera or anything?
No, but I laid awake at night, like looking out the window and seeing that I don't see anything. What's making the sound?
What do you think it was?
I don't know. It's a house sound, I guess.
It's the scariest house sound
It's a
ever.
scary house
All right,
sound.
we're running out of time.
Okay, here we go.
Carol, but we're not on, like, we have to finish by a certain time. We're not, like, necessarily completely 100%.
We're supposed to finish by an hour.
Yeah.
But we got
Is
another
that part
hour.
of the challenge?
That's part of the challenge.
The challenge is we have to be done at a time.
Well, we have an hour, then a 15-minute changeover, then another hour, and it has to be done by a certain time.
Crap. Now
That's the challenge.
all right. Well, now we're just really rushing here, and people don't like it when we rush.
Well, we can pick it up on the next one.
That's what I'm saying. But you're saying if I don't get this episode done, I'm going to fail the challenge.
Just one part of it. Not the
I don't.
whole
I need
thing.
all the challenge.
All right, well, just read this one.
You're rushing.
And then
You're rushing.
We'll cut this episode and start at the next one.
Ice cream updates and more. So my previous message, I forgot to include one more type of the protein ice cream called Arctic Zero. In my rankings, it will be number 3. I tried it. I didn't like it as much as Halo Top. It's got less calories. There's more sugar-free stuff in there.
And that's the thing. I know there are other options like that,
but
the Halo Top is a good balance.
Dude, I had the birthday cake Halo Top. It's so
Where'd you
good.
get that? Staters?
Staters.
Oh, you need to go to Stater Brothers.
Staters has more flavors, but they're also more likely to all be gone.
Okay.
I don't think they stock as much at Staters. Also, more people go to Staters because it's cheaper. So I think it goes faster. But I was there right when they restocked.
You got it all?
And, well, I just got that one.
Okay.
I didn't want to get it all. I'm trying to be... My triglycerides were a little bit high.
Okay.
But I've had those fluctuate before.
So you got to be careful.
Well, yeah, whatever.
All right.
It's not anything. I've had that before, and it was even higher, and I got it back down, no problem. But, yeah, birthday cake. Sometimes I have to settle for the Arctic Zero, though, because Halo Top is hard to come by or been around in small-town Missouri. There's way more Arctic Zero out there.
Yeah.
They carry it here at Walmart. I love listening to Soda Files. It is PHILES.
Yes, which I didn't even get until like last episode.
I was a little angry that I couldn't find the new Pepsi. I'm a Pepsi girl, but I was at lunch today and found them. Totally agree with you that the black currant one tasting like Pepsi Blue. I work in downtown Kansas City and found them at the 7-Eleven. Oh, yeah, they're at 7-Elevens, but if they do have them in a lot of grocery stores, and they're usually cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've seen them as cheap as $1. I also found Halo Top and Enlightened ice cream there. Wow, there you go. 7-Eleven has become a carb avoider soda lover's dream. They have the fancy jerkies and such, as well as a large variety of specialty soda. I'll keep you updated on my finds. On an unrelated note, I enjoyed the discussion of sunscreen and ginger skin problems. We could talk forever about pale people problems. Yes, we could. As always, love you, love the show. Carol. This is Carol.
Mrs. Denver.
Mrs. Denver.
NTLD.
All right. Well, if we wrap it up now, does it count?
It counts.
All right. Well, we'll get back next time. More letters, more talk about stuff, and Amazon stuff next time.
That's right.
And Marmaduke. And rock cards.
And rock cards. We got it all.
I don't know. I think we might skip rock cards this week.
Well, that's okay. We'll see.
All right. Well, for Radio BrendoMan, I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
Have a good one, everybody. And John Goobang Do.
Look at that. Right at 10. All right. So you got the first 2 rounds. Now we have 15 minutes for the next further changeover.
All right.
And then
what's this one going to be called?
Oh, this one is oh wait, I had it. Oh, we said a funny thing. What did we say?
We said a funny thing. What did we say?
No, we said a funny phrase when we said, oh, it's this. Dang it. It was like right near the beginning. Talking about the movies. Talking about the thing and the stuff.
I have no idea right now.
And I said that. And you said this. Look at the letters really quick. Just go up and it'll.
Anna Green Gables, Zelda,
no,
Taco Bell, Jack Kirby, Marvel. We were talking about Marvel movies.
No, it was before that stuff, I think, then.
I don't freaking know, dude. I said so much stuff.
What was it that we were talking about before we talked about Marvel?
I don't know.
It's about the...
Talking about my health? We're talking about the rain? Talking about escape rooms?
Talked about me pulling the thing.
What?
Me pulling the cord.
Oh, yeah. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. It is a tumor.
I'm going to just say that for right now.
All right. That was a really good, funny thing that we said.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'll listen back and see.
Just click in around at the beginning a bit.
Oh, we can't. We don't have time. I'm running out of... Dude, I needed to go get a soda.
Okay, get a soda. We have 13 minutes. Here. You won the first round.
Oh, that carnival looks beyond sketch.
It's like super expensive. Like,
Yeah.
like it was $1.75.
Was it this?
Yeah, no, it wasn't that. Go in a little
You know
bit.
what else was this weekend? Okay, so here's what everybody I found
The
out.
Orange
about
Show
this.
Curse?
I don't know anything about it. About the Orange Show Curse.
That was a thing that we made up, though.
You told me about it. What did I tell you about it? I never told you. It wasn't me. So it was. So there's.
I don't know. We make stuff up all the
I know, but it
time.
was a really good one.
Well, you should have remembered it.
I thought I
That
would.
was like Citrus Fair or something.
I don't know, dude.
Here, you go get your stuff, and I'll click through it.
Give me
Here. That's the partial one,
what's that?
and then that's for starting on time. That's for the first episode.
Freaking Almond Joys.
Like I said,
You always sneak.
there's multiple ones there. There's all combined.
I said no tricks.
That's not a trick.
That's a trick.
You got a crunch bar.
Almond Joys a trick.
To avoid that page, I go to the BrendoMan page and then do the video. Here's that. Oh, by the way, and then in the little side.
Oh, it was in here.
It pops up on the side. You're like, ooh, like, and it's like everything. They're like beyond spot on.
They know everything about you.
At least it's like I watched so many like the other like when I found that dog. We watched a bunch of them where it was like doing all those weird.
Let me say right here this point.
So now it's like perfectly seated with just like videos. Here's some really weird news videos. Oh, here's some like this thing. Here's carpool karaoke. Oh, here's this. Then today, like a Disneyland video. That's like a whole other like 8 million hours rabbit hole of like old specials. Just going to yesterland.com was like it's like a 5 because you did this series because Swan and Dolphin Hotel that the statue design makes sense. Like why the leaves are on the Dolphin Hotel.
Who is this guy? He talks so much.
Disney World. Then all the parks opened up. Second of all, Walt Disney was never in the army. He was in the ambulance corps of the Catella Avenue is named Catella because knows that. So then, but then you went.
Sounds really bad.
Say that it's because there was a prominent rank. I'm pretty sure Catella like predates Disneyland, and so.
What did I just talk about?
So what the school district with the Catella at school district or something, Park Avenue or Disney whatever. It's like, oh, Catella is great. Yeah, I learned a lot. That was about 4 hours of my, and then I was like Japan trip, and I discovered well, here's the thing. I already wanted to go to.
You said it was up in the front.
I want to take the train, but I couldn't.
No, it still is. It's before we got to the letters.
Once you get into Japan, but I would. It's like 2 hours from Tokyo to Kyoto. So they have a show on December 4th.
See if I find it.
And a show on December 5th. And I think
You're not gonna find it.
It's a beautiful place. Like she goes there. Osaka, but they're Universal. They don't have ET, but okay, here's Universal. They have like, but the main reason why I would go there, King Kong is, but that King Kong is completely gone. Like it's in that original form.
Come
I always
on.
wanted to go there. Supposedly it's like the cleanest
We
place
still
in the
have
world.
9 minutes.
Also where they cane people.
I want to finish as
Right.
early as
All
possible.
right, almost.
Prominent weapon in wrestling is because Paul Heyman, being the promotional genius he was, like came up with the and like it kind of and it did it like got attention because of that whole thing. But then ever since then it's become. But they just had these like kendo sticks. They called them Singapore Cane, typical common wrestling weapon. All because of that guy. It's funny on the Blaze, like they talk about like current events that are happening, like on. Like, yeah, and then this other thing, like the Northwood District, like it goes really bad. But speaking of that, I have a clean bill of health.
Well, that's good. You went to the
To
doctor.
the doctor, I got full because I never got. Have you ever gotten EKG? I never got the doctor's card. Was it cancerous?
It was not.
I don't know about any of that.
I got a red card.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it was kind of freaky because, yeah, like the way I knew I had it was I had a big lump on my leg, and one time I was like, "Hey, mom, what's this lump?"
Remember that Home Improvement where like I think it was like.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I remember as a kid, that terrified me. they're not like zipped, but they're like something.
I don't know if I'm gonna find it.
You're not gonna find it.
I could walk for a while because my leg had to be came off. I had a friend that had a tumor in his leg, and he fell and like broke his leg so he's like he has to have like a lift on like one of his. Well,
That's a crazy story though about my friend, because like if he hadn't had that fall, he probably wouldn't have found the tumor because it was small, and then he probably would have died.
Okay, well this leads to like when I had to go like blood tests and I had to get a urine sample. Yeah. It was at this like do my thing.
P-desk.
P-desk. I knew it. P-desk.
Do we have to have another title in P?
Oh, we don't have to. But that's what it was.
P-desk. Is it P-desk or piss desk?
I think it was P-desk.
So I pull it, and then
Let's see. It'll be after this.
The whole entire waiting room, and then the lights go off. I'm sorry, send for assistance, and then like I don't.
It's when you talked about
right near the thing where you put it, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm ready for my pee. And there's like, but what if you like dribbled on the outside? I don't know. And then it's on his desk. I don't know. It seemed pretty. The whole thing seemed pretty sterile. It wasn't like they had like. It wasn't like a desk where they're like.
It's right here. This is what I thought.
Right. Yeah. No. Okay. It was like this is my pee desk.
See, P-desk. We said it like at the same time.
Like it was so all right, pee desk.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's what I knew. There was something I thought was really funny. P-desk. All right, I'm satisfied now.
You remembered P-desk?
I was like, oh, dude, we gotta call it this, and then I totally forgot what it was. P-desk.
So, at Universal Osaka, they replaced their ET ride with a unique ride called Space Journey.
Space Journey?
And it looks really cool.
Okay. But it's not like a specific movie? Just Space Journey?
Space Journey.
Yeah, that movie
also,
Space Journey.
Tokyo Disney Sea looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to Tokyo. This trip is happening.
Dude, did I tell you about the Italian place we might go? Gardaland?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I think I've heard about.
If we're ready to go in 4 minutes, you should just look up Gardaland and just see pictures of it really
Is this
fast.
the one that has? Does it have licensed stuff?
It does. And the
I think I've heard about this.
Super goofy.
Is it the one that has Ghostbusters?
No, it's not.
Is it the one that has the Gremlins ride?
No, it's not like that. It's like a really random it's a really random licensed one.
Dude, I was looking at. Unfortunately, it's gone now, and the other thing that's going to be gone by Osaka by the time I get there. Yeah. So they have a whole thing where there's like I don't know if you've seen the video that Derek posted of the Dementor attack at Universal Osaka that they do at night. No. And it's like full on like kids come running out and they're like fighting off Dementors and like it's this whole big thing. Cool. Supposedly they're going to start doing it out here, but like it's nuts.
Wow.
And like it looks
and then
cool.
They suck their souls out and then they're like stuff.
But they also have like a seasonal. They have a full on like Resident Evil attraction based on the video game, not the movie.
Interesting.
Because Resident Evil is huge in Japan, and like, but I watched videos of it. It looked terrifying. I wouldn't go on it. Definitely not by myself. That's the thing. People are like, I couldn't do any of that stuff by myself.
You gotta have a
definitely have to have a buddy.
We're gonna delete these.
Oh, wait, that's not the one I want to delete.
Don't delete the wrong one.
Don't delete the wrong one.
You don't have to call it P-desk.
No, I want to call it P-desk.
Satisfied now that I know.
I want to call it P-desk. I like P-desk.
P-desk is good.
I mean, it fits with our brand.
It does. And we talked about a P-desk for a while.
P-desk. What if like we just start getting all these weird like fetishists that listen to our show and they like really like how much we talk about pee?
I think we're way too long-winded for that to be like that targeted audience would be interested. Like after us like talking about like the difference between the various like amusement parks around the world.
Yeah.
Just to wait for us to say P-desk. I don't think we got enough.
What is it? P-desk. Okay, so I was also thinking about how, I don't know, I've been thinking about my own mortality lately because of all this like health stuff. And then I thought about like people are definitely not going to be very sad when I die because there's like a million hours of me talking and videos. It's not like they're ever going to forget.
Yeah, it's not the same thing though.
Yeah, but whatever. There's like a million out. Like, dude, like
You will
like
be well
so
remembered.
much.
That's
There's
what you mean.
so much me out there.
Yes.
I think I'll be fine.
You're
Everybody's gonna be fine.
You're better documented than most like American presidents. That's for sure.
Everybody's gonna be fine. Whenever they're sad, there's like hundreds of hours of video. There's like
right.
hundreds of hours of audio.
Yeah.
There's every possible thing.
Yeah.
That's there.
That's true. You have quite a legacy.
You got a foot. I wouldn't call it a legacy. I guess I just call it a footprint.
All right.
Brendo print.
A Brendo print.
Because I was like, just thinking about like, what if I died?
Well, you don't die.
Try not to die.
Especially not before Saturday.
Gosh.
You'll never know what it is.
This is kind of driving me like crazy.
I thought you would figure it out for sure.
I looked through the entire LA Times event calendar, the LA Weekly event calendar. I don't think it's an event.
I'm not saying.
I had different theories, but I'm like, oh, that's too expensive. Then I was like, that's
like what?
Well, okay.
I'm covering my face so I don't give anything away.
I thought maybe it was there's a VIP Warner Brothers studio tour, but it's not that. That's too expensive.
All right.
That's like $300.
What other theories?
Then I thought maybe the regular Warner Brothers studio tour, but I know you just did that recently, and also I told you that I have a hookup there, so I feel like that wouldn't be it because you know that I could probably get in for free. So I don't think that's it. And then I was like, is there anything taping, like a game show or something? And I'm like, what game show? I'm not going to a game show. Then I thought like Conan, but Conan's on weekdays. And then I thought like, man, and then I'm like looking through concerts and stuff and I can't, but it could be some random show that I don't know, but it's not on anything. Because I was looking at like every calendar. And then also for the time that you gave me, I'm like, what the heck is going to be at that time? Yes. And so now I'm like, what is it going to be?
You're going to flip out.
Flip out?
Yes.
Like are you gonna capture it on video when you tell me what we're doing or when we get there? Or how is it gonna what's gonna happen?
I'm not gonna tell you right away. Like
we're gonna start driving?
We're gonna start driving.
Am I gonna know when we like if we were to like start heading there, is there gonna be a point where I know what we're doing?
No. You'll have no idea until it's time.
What do you mean until it's time? Oh, and you told Derek and Andrew, and even Derek says it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Derek said you're lucky that you have a friend like Phil because I know
it's gonna be pretty rad. I'll just say after you did the MXPX one, I'm like, I gotta.
So is it music
step
related?
Up my game.
Then?
I'm not telling. I'm just saying I'm stepping up. I stepped up my game.
Now I can't look up that land.
We'll have to look. We can look later.
Oh, Andrew's here.
Oh, Andrew's there. I can't believe you're here and not playing your Switch.
Oh yeah, you got a Switch. Maybe he's playing the Switch too.
Might be. That's true.
That's why he's not posting anything. I'm about to do both.
Yeah.
Did you get Zelda? What game do you have? Do you have Zelda?
Yeah, you got Zelda.
Yeah.
He didn't specify in the message, but I assumed that was yes.
Although now apparently...
I got Kamiko also.
What's Kamiko?
It's from the makers of Faerun. It's like a little sort of like an RPG, like Zelda-ish type of thing-ish.
Okay. Everybody's going off about. Everybody's saying that Mario Kart's like amazing.
Yeah,
but
how much of it is just people?
But apparently, but I know people that like Matt Robinson was talking about like he had
battle mode.
Everybody's saying that, but also just having all. It's like every character and every track from every Mario Kart. I think that's like the big.
I thought it was just all the ones from the DLC and stuff from the.
Everybody's saying there's like, I don't know, maybe because he's not familiar with the older.
That's the thing. I think it's just because you have all the tracks plus all the downloadable stuff. So it makes it like.
Yeah, and I think maybe he didn't play the Wii. I think he does have a Wii U, so he didn't know that I think to him it was new that it had all the retro stuff.
Right. So it has
that's a thing that's been in it forever. So I think you're right. I think it might be that a lot of people
people just didn't have it.
But I thought everybody was talking about Mario Kart 8 when it came out.
I think they were, but more people are having the Switch
because they never even had the Wii U.
Right.
Because I feel like if you just had since you have Mario Kart 8, I don't know.
I want to get it, but it's definitely not like top priority.
Especially
right
since
now.
you have all the only thing that you don't have is the battle mode.
Right. And that's fun, but I can't justify it at the moment. I have gotten a few other games for it though.
Oh yeah?
I got obviously Zelda, and then we got Snipper Clips, and then we got World of Goo. Because it was on
super old game.
I know, it was on Wii, and I never got it, and I really wanted it, and now it's on this, and I'm like, well, I was gonna get it.
There's also this game called Super Meat Boy.
I know.
That's how old that game
I realized. No, I know it's old. It was an old Wii game, but it's just one that I had on my wish list on there. And
the guys that made Little Inferno.
Yeah, they have Little Inferno on there too.
Yeah, I know. I saw that they made that like it was a big deal, and I'm like, dude,
those are great games.
Yeah, but I remember it was like one of the launch announcements. I'm like, okay, guys, like
it's cool that they have a lot of things available.
But
I realize that's not like going to drive the sale of it in particular. But what's cool is that you've got all these ones that maybe you missed, because I already had Little Inferno, but never picked up World of Goo, so it gave me a chance to get that. And then I got the Blaster Master one.
Andrew says he's been thinking about getting Bomberman. Wait, Blaster Master?
Yeah, dude, there's a new Blaster Master. It's amazing.
Are you serious?
It's like
is it Sunsoft?
Yeah.
Is Sunsoft still around?
I don't know. It's the same.
They license it or something?
I'm not sure. But it's like
the same developers.
Sequel. It looks like it's kind of like how they did Mega Man 8 and 9.
Yeah.
It's like that, except it's a little more updated.
New Blaster Master.
Oh, dude, or 9 and 10, I mean. It's amazing. And it's a little more like forgiving,
Yeah, Blaster Master was way super hard.
But, it's got a little more of the modern trapping.
Especially when you got out of your car.
Yeah. Because then you're just this little tiny guy.
Yeah.
But then it's got all those different modes too.
Did you ever play Air Fortress? I know we've talked about Air Fortress before.
I think maybe.
That was like my favorite. Yeah. You know who made Air Fortress is the guys that ended up making Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was like one of their first things that they ever did. I just loved it because it was like this cool shoot 'em up, and then you would get out and there would be the side-scrolling parts, and then you'd blow up the thing and then get back on your ship, and it was awesome. And also it was one of the games that I played at the World of Nintendo store that they used to have at the malls.
Yeah.
Which, oh my gosh, that store was like the savior of my mall, because I was like, I remember when I finally convinced my mom to like I'll meet you back here at this time. But then as a young kid, there wasn't a lot of places. Like, you go to KB maybe, and but as soon as that World of Nintendo store opened, I remember they had the little handouts with like all the stuff. I remember getting every time there was a new one, like getting that new one, and they'd have like cool demos and stuff, like stuff that wasn't even out yet. I love that store.
I wish they had that.
I heard it was like it pissed off the other retailers.
Yeah,
like
that's where everyone wanted to go. Yeah, makes sense. And like Nintendo needed their retailers. Yeah. Like I heard like Toys R Us got real mad because like if you have it basically cuts out the middleman, right? Especially KB. Because that's their mall competitor there.
Yeah. And then Nintendo's like, we're just gonna open up our own stores.
Sorry guys.
So that's probably what happened. It probably angered every retailer, and they need retailers. What about, are you getting Bomberman?
At some point. Again, it's one that I want to get. I just have to wait until the funds are there.
All right. How is this going to work? Well, does it scroll? I don't know. Whatever. All right. I did this. Crap. Okay. Oh, all right. Hello and welcome. Wait, let's do that again. Hello and welcome to another episode of Radio BrendoMan. I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
And last time we spent a lot of time talking about the greatness of Marvel and the movies.
Well, see, we got our movie. We did the movie section early.
I think we're not going to do music rock cards this week. So we just got too much going on.
Yeah, we got to get this mail because we got a lot of good mail.
We got a lot of good mail. We're still deep in the Kalmbach. But we also got one from Andres.
Yeah, let's jump right into it.
This is from our friend Andres, who we haven't heard from in a while.
Yeah.
And he says, hey guys, long time no talk.
It has been a while.
I know it's been a while since I've last hit you guys up, and about that as long since I've last listened. Sorry, life and stuff happens. Hey,
We
get
understand.
it. I'm still behind on catching up on all the DVD Blu-rays I bought. Yes, I still buy physical media, around 200, half of which are TV seasons. Man,
I understand. I have quite a few still packaged that I haven't watched from years ago.
I got rid of everything, pretty much. I still have some like that I don't want to get rid of.
Yeah.
Like I have mine, but then there's some of those I've never even watched that I won't give them up. The plan is to start listening again when I've caught up, or listen when I start working out again, whichever comes first. Hey, it's a good goal.
Good, yeah. Work out. Then you can listen.
Anyways, the reason I'm contacting you is because I was at a local discount store in Colton called Just Bargain on Washington Street, across from Fiesta Village.
I know where that is.
And I saw Ecto Coolers. I have seen Ecto Coolers at 99 cents only stores, and he does point out a 6-pack for 99 cents. They expire on December 26th, so they are expired.
Yeah, but I mean,
expiration dates on that stuff is kind of like, I think it's because they have to put.
They do, they have to, but I mean, what's there to expire? It's sugar water, basically.
See, I got the Ecto Cooler out of my, because one, I can't. That's like the road to diabetes.
Right.
Because as we pointed out, there's like, I want to say 60 or 70 grams of sugar in one of those cans.
It's a lot of sugar.
But if this is just the I think it's the boxes.
See that you didn't ever. Well, I know you got some.
I got some.
But I don't know.
But no, I've seen I think it is the cans, because I've seen the boxes and I've seen the cans in 99 cent stores. But I'm kind of over the Ecto Cooler.
Well, he's not wrong in that you have been a long time obsessed with it.
I'll let you know. So I appreciate the tip, because I've also seen them in 99 cent only.
Yeah.
Also, I have seen a few scattered Lego. Mine's like the Lego Dimensions.
Oh yeah, is it
still
at 99 cents?
It's like a couple. Like this.
It's the same ones.
Yeah.
They flooded that market.
I think it was on purpose to sell. I think they were like, all right, our base system sales are stagnating, because I don't know if you've noticed, the price of that has not gone down on Amazon. I think it's because now they have this huge market where they know people will pay the higher price.
Thousands and thousands of people
that bought all these dollar ones. That was kind of a smart move.
Yeah, it really was.
I want to hear if that worked.
I mean, they're putting out more great stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like you mentioned earlier, they got the Goonies coming out. There's a lot of them I still don't have.
When do you even play that? When was the last time you played Lego Dimensions?
It's probably been a month. That's the thing. That's why I had to put kind of a freeze on buying new games.
It's kind of the thing, because I went to GameStop. So on Thursday, I got off work and then I went straight to the movie theater, because I had this whole thing where I'm like, oh, I should go home, but then I'm like, the movie's at 7. Going back and forth just seems kind of. So I ended up going to there was this Chinese place that was not very good.
Oh, okay. I was about to get a recommendation, but not that good. Which one? Where in?
It's right by the Starbucks. It was by, so there's the Barnes and Noble, and there's this Chinese place. There's a sushi place, and then there's this Chinese place. It's called Magic Walk. It's called Magic Walk. It was not magic.
Not magic.
It was just pretty.
I don't think I've ever been in there, but I've been to. I feel like I've been to. Maybe
it was all right. I mean, it was just pretty generic, and everything was kind of flavorless.
All right, so definitely not one I need to hit up. Then.
Just felt like it had been under those heat lamps for quite a while,
right?
And just the chow mein was kind of that there's something. The panda chow mein is so good,
it is.
And and then you go to some of those other places and their chow mein is so gross.
It has that real thick,
thick noodles.
It's not
good.
I like those kind of noodles when you have a fancy sit down. Yeah. Sometimes you'll get those really well
done.
These
are just kind of
if it's cheap, it's not right.
It's not good.
Yeah.
And I don't know. But it was fine.
All right.
Because what was I gonna eat? I wanted to eat somewhere, and then it was too crowded or something, and then I was just I'll just eat here. And
well, the Guardians phenomenon has made it quite busy down over there.
Yeah, it was nutsos. But then I went to GameStop, and they were practically giving away the Wii U Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
thing.
with the two amiibos.
$10.
It's fun.
But I'm this will sit somewhere, and I will never play it, because I haven't even played.
I've got several. Yeah.
Plus, I think I played I haven't played Disney Infinity since I got it. I played it for a while and then I stopped. and I'm like, all right, this
This is a lot of games.
This.
It's hard to keep.
And then
up.
like I've been pretty much playing. I got all these other games that I bought. Like I bought The Witness. I still got to show that to you. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
But I've mostly been playing Diablo 3 because I got the season, and I'm up to like the 5th chapter of my season journey, and now I'm on like the really like hardcore stuff.
Ooh.
Like so, it's got I passed like the easy stuff, like get to level 70, do all this stuff. Now it's like real challenging stuff.
Ooh.
So it's a lot of fun, but it's like it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And there's so much TV to watch, so much wrestling to watch. I'm having a hard time juggling everything. Plus, I've been really busy on the weekends, the last several weekends.
Yeah,
I never even talked about Ranchathon.
Yeah, you were gone for a whole weekend.
We went camping. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I been going to wrestling shows.
Yeah, you were gone all weekend this weekend.
Yeah, I went to, LA was last weekend.
Oh. Yeah, it's all blending together.
This weekend was Riverside.
That's right.
I went to Riverside Friday night and Saturday night.
Okay.
Friday night was NXT, and it was cool because I saw some people. Well, my friend, one of my friends, who from Lucha Underground, I saw him and his son, and that was cool. And then I went out with some other friends. There was the guy that Steven and I gave a ride home.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But he was saving a seat. Julian, he'd started texting me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there. And then he saved a place for me at the front of the line.
That's cool.
And his friends were there, so we hung out. And then like he ended up having a general admission seat, and I was like in the balcony, but he ended up sitting like right behind me. So it was cool. And then and the show was really great. And then when I was down on the floor talking to my friend Gabe, who is known as he's the Lucha Gringo. If anybody watches Lucha Underground on a regular basis, you'd know who Gabe is. He's the they call him the Lucha Gringo. He's like the dad. He's like the white dude dad in this sea of wrestling. And he on the cameras, he always like, because he's with his young son,
right.
And they always get on TV a ton. Everybody knows who Gabe is. If you watch Lucha Underground enough, he's got glasses. He wears a floppy hat. They finally made him a shirt. Well, his son made him a shirt that he's going to start wearing called Lucha Gringo, and it's got his logo.
Nice.
And he's a character. He's actually doing ring announcing in an indie show on the 13th, so I was bummed that we couldn't, because I told him I couldn't go because we're doing our thing.
Yeah, that's right. So we have a special thing this weekend.
Brendo's birthday surprise.
I can't say much more than that other than
tune in next week.
Tune in next week. You'll hear all about it. It's going to be cool.
Phil says I'm going to freak out.
I think you are going to freak out. I think
you're
going to be pretty excited. In a good way. I think you're going to be excited.
Wait. I know what's happening this weekend. No, it's not that. There's no way.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to answer. I'm covering my face so I don't give anything
certain
away.
Band is playing at the Rose Bowl.
Who's that?
See, so it's not that.
I don't even know who it is.
I think U2 is this weekend.
No, it's not U2. Okay.
Well, you were like, I'm going to freak out. And like,
you are going to freak out.
It's U2?
It's in a good way.
Because Cheryl won tickets.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
she's going.
And
I know Murray's going. Everybody I know is going to U2 but me.
We're not. But you're doing something you'll be very excited about.
Okay.
It's going to be cool.
I believe you.
Good. I thought you figured it out or something.
I thought I did too.
Okay.
Dude, I went through the entire LA Weekly events calendar. I couldn't figure it out.
I'm so excited. I love a good surprise too, because I know you don't know what it is. You have no idea.
It's something where we're leaving at 11. That's where I'm like, it's not a show.
It's an all-day thing.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not like a typical thing, but our Ventura thing was an all-day thing. So maybe you have multiple things planned. But you said we're gonna be home by 9. So I'm like, So it's not like.
And we are gonna eat lunch.
So I'm like, it's not like it. So I'm like, what the heck is it?
It's gonna be great. Can't tell
you. And then
you
it's like a shifting time frame.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are you in cahoots with somebody?
I don't know, maybe. I've told a few people, and the people I've told have said, yeah, this is gonna be great. He's gonna love it. So
is it wrestling related?
I'm not telling you anything about it.
You wouldn't do something wrestling related.
I'm not giving you any clues other than it's gonna be great. You're gonna love it.
Is it a backstage Disneyland tour?
You're gonna love it. Not telling you. Not
Oh,
telling you.
Andrew says guessing can only ruin it, and Andrew knows.
That's true. So don't. Yeah, you don't. You want it to be. It's going to be a good surprise.
I know.
You're going to love it.
Ah, you know how I get.
I know. And you got to wait till Saturday. It's only.
Ah.
It's Monday night, then you have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be good though.
All right.
All right. Well, so have we gotten new Mark Kalmbach, or is this like we're still working on the old
this one?
right?
We got to get through this,
All
so
right.
when he does send a new one,
Then we can get onto that.
But first, we should probably talk about the fact that you can save a lot of money by using Stitcher.
Yes,
I get out of order.
Because it's free.
It's free. You should be paying.
Why are you paying for a thing to listen to podcasts on?
Well, a lot of podcast things are free.
That's true.
A lot of them cost money, though.
Yeah. Well, so don't pay. You don't have to. Listen on Stitcher. It's free.
I was going to say you could save a lot of money by using DreamHost.
That's true, too.
We use DreamHost.
It's a good thing to use.
It's great. We got our VPS upgrade. It's going great.
And if you guys want to use it, go to our website, radiobrendo.com, click the DreamHost link, save $50.
And that's how you can have your own podcast empire like us.
That's right.
Well,
Big
not like
empire.
everybody. Like the
everyone.
Benview Network.
Yeah.
You should listen to the Benview Network of shows. Like you just put up a new
Mandarin Orange show today.
I haven't listened to it yet because I'm behind.
Well,
not on Mandarin Orange show, just on
podcasts in general.
Well, I listen to too many now, and so it takes too long to get through the whole rotation.
Yeah.
I think I got to cut back. There's a new Shut Up Leonard with an exciting announcement.
Oh, interesting.
That's exciting.
You guys are personally bringing back Community?
I'm trying to get on Harmontown. So far, no success.
No
I think
emotion there.
Us on Harmontown talking about Marmaduke would be like the greatest thing. Oh, they talk about the next Benview podcast.
Oh, on the Shut Up Leonard. Okay.
There you go.
They got to check that out then. See what it is.
Check that out. Listen to the new Shut Up Leonard. Because Dan Harmon was on Dr. Ken, and that's why they did a new episode.
Okay.
And it's actually different from what we previously announced. Oh.
It's going to be, go ahead and speak your mind, Leonard. That's going to be their new show.
Yeah, please talk.
Yeah, let us know, Leonard.
Well, you also there's a new MBWS that I talked about earlier with Marty and Sarah from Marty and Sarah Loves Wrestling.
Yeah.
We're also working on next chapter of MBWS. It's going to be happening soon.
Very exciting.
But it's not 100% yet.
That's all right. You don't have to say it, but there's some cool things.
I told Phil.
In the pipeline.
Phil knows what we're working on.
I know.
We got some things not announced, but working on for the next iteration of MBWS.
MBWS, you could say the initials still apply. That's your tagline.
There you go. Just gave it away.
What? That doesn't give anything away.
Extra Damage, still going strong.
Yes, they are.
You're like talking about video games.
Yes, they do.
You got Benview on Spielberg, Comic Nerds Unite, Star Wars Nerds Unite.
All the Nerds Unite.
Yeah. Midnight Marinara, Get Spooky. Alex P. Keenan is my friend. When's that happening? What's going on? Still on spring break?
I am on an extended spring break because my interview fell through, so I had to.
Oh no!
It'll be rescheduled, but I'm probably just gonna might even hit you up and do another one with you and do one with Janelle because I got to finish the season before we go on our vacation. I have like a few more episodes, so
yeah, you do.
So anyway, I had a thing fall through, and it's still happening, but yeah, it'll be there.
In case we don't get to it, I just want to say, because we forgot to mention it last episode on Tuesday, since this is coming out Thursday, be sure, if you're in the greater Los Angeles area, check out the Comic-Con Revolution on Saturday the 13th. There are still tickets available, comicconrevolution.com. Andrew Lindy will be hosting the Webcomics Advocates and the Podcast Advocates panels on Saturday.
Very excited to hear how that all goes.
So be there. Check it out.
Brendan is convinced that that's going to be a thing as I just bring him to that convention anyway. Hey, I'm taking you to a comic convention.
What if that's it? Oh,
what would you say if I was like, oh, that was it? Sorry. I couldn't think of anything. Just taking you to the convention.
It'd be like that we got into for free. Like, actually, we had to pay.
Yeah, I had to pay. Hey, can you pay me for your ticket too?
And some gas.
Yeah. That's not it, though.
All right. Well, check that out. ComicConRevolution.com at the Ontario Convention Center, Saturday, May 13th. Tickets still available at ComicConRevolution.com. And check out the Podcast Advocates and Webcomics Advocates panels.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. You know what else is great? MountainRoomescapes.com.
It is.
So great.
They are running strong. They've been like booked like more than ever. They got mentioned in a newspaper article this last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
But they've been like booked solid. So you got to book far ahead if you want to get in there.
If you're going to book in there, it's up in the lovely Big Bear. Use the code Radio BrendoMan. Get $5 off each ticket.
That's right.
Also, check out our friends at Crude Ink. They just had another show. I saw they had some cool new vinyl artwork.
Very cool stuff.
Such awesome artwork. That's at etsy.com/shop/Crude Ink. Don't forget to check out myvacationpants.com. We've also got our Clicker Heroes clan.
That's right. We have the John Goobang Do one, and we've got Mandarian Orange Show.
Yeah. Radio Space BrendoMan, but that's full.
That is full.
Pretty sure. I haven't looked in a while.
You gotta boot boot your bottom person.
I guess I gotta.
Boot your bottom person.
All right, well, you know what else you can save money doing.
Yes.
It is a great way to help out the show. Well, a free way to help out the show that everybody should be doing because we don't have enough iTunes reviews. We need more.
That's true.
It's been a while.
It has been.
And we'll read them on the show.
That's great.
As long as you're not a total jerk.
I don't know. I think we should read the jerk ones too.
Fine, we'll read the jerk ones.
We'd rather read a nice one.
But you need to rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. That'd be really great.
Yeah.
Great way to help the show. Another way to help the show, sign up for a free trial of Amazon Prime by going to radiobrendo.com. Click that Amazon Prime.
A lot of good stuff on Amazon Prime.
Get 30-day free trial. And if you decide to sign on, it's only $99 a year. Get that unlimited free 2-day shipping. You know what's coming up I forgot about?
What's that?
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
But I got Amazon Prime.
Doesn't matter.
I still got a few days.
Yeah. You're good.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom's not listening to this. Now, I knew.
You knew.
Sort of.
It is Mother's Day this weekend. Don't
Mother's Day
forget
this weekend.
if you guys did.
What are you doing?
I think we might go up to Big Bear.
Yeah.
Or they might come down. I'm not sure. I don't know. We haven't planned that far. We hung out with my parents this last weekend. So I don't know exactly what the plan is going to be. But
you know what else is a good plan is buying things on Amazon.
Yeah, like
Even
you always
if you don't
do.
have Amazon Prime, but buy those gifts. They even have like chocolate and flowers and the typical
anything.
stuff, food stuff.
Send your mom a sandwich.
I usually go with either chocolates or teas or coffee.
Yeah.
My mom likes coffee. They have those coffee packs.
Anything is on Amazon. You can buy
Tons
anything.
of stuff. And we got a few things this week. And when you buy something through the link, we don't know who buys it, but we know we buy stuff, and it really helps us out.
Yeah.
That's what's paying to keep the lights on at radiobrendo.com.
And then we will read it, and we have some fun things.
Like we got a Petsy treat cam, Wi-Fi pet camera, and treat dispenser. So this is
how does this work?
I think you have a camera and you can see them, and then you hit a button, and then it dispenses a treat.
Oh, so you do it manually.
Yeah.
Oh,
Watch the excitement when you pop in.
Say hello to your pet through the high quality audio.
Your pet's favorite chew with the Petsy treat launcher. What if you shoot it?
It's probably not that hard of a launch. Saves pictures so you can share it to social media.
Oh, it's like this thing, and then it shoots out a little treat. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah. It's the future.
Then what if your dog ends up loving the machine more than you?
See, speak, snap, treat. Capture candid photos.
All right, I gotta
That's
read
cool.
about this.
People like it. Well reviewed.
No smart network switch. Blah blah blah. Petsy app. Oh, there's an app.
Okay.
Hello. Will I be able to hear my cat or not? Some people say it has a microphone. Some say it doesn't. If it doesn't, is there a way to add it? It's a pet cam. You can see them and talk to them when you touch the microphone on the screen, but your pet can hear you but can't see you.
So you can see the pet, and the pet can hear you.
But he doesn't answer their question that you can hear them.
Well, the next one down says that you can't hear
There is
them.
no microphone on the unit, but you might be able to tell if your dog is speaking via the video. So the answer is no.
Dogs don't speak unless this is a Marmaduke situation.
Yeah. Can multiple people have it? But there are ones where you can hear them, but the different things, like John and Veronica, but they don't have a treat shooter.
Well, that's the thing. You're trading a microphone for a treat shooter. It's largely
godsend product for dogs who don't like being left alone.
exciting times.
Exciting times.
That's funny. Oh, he's got a picture of their dog using it down there.
Man.
It's largely positive review, but let's see what those 1 stars are. You know we like those 1 stars.
Where is it?
Oh, there you go. She loved
She
it?
loved it. Bought the camera for my mother for her birthday. She loved it this September. Unfortunately, by December, it wasn't working properly. Contacted the company. They were supposed to have a tech support call. 2 weeks later, no luck.
It's the comment.
GW, I sincerely apologize. Please contact support and ask for me, Lenny. I'll make sure this gets handled immediately. Well, there you go. They're making it right.
All right. See, if that was even a real comment.
I've had this. These
are
are verified purchases.
But I'm saying, like, if they're not just like complaining.
I've had this for a few weeks, and the other day I had to unplug it because it would randomly turn on and make the notification. So I tried it again, and it didn't happen. Did you contact? See, they're very responsive.
That's good.
Unfortunately, I'm extremely disappointed. The only function that seemed to work was the treat dispenser. Whenever I was trying to watch my puppy remotely from my mobile phone, the screen was completely blurry, or half the screen would go completely green. So I was having some issues, but then they seem to respond to these.
Yeah, they responded like all of them.
Well, there you go. Nothing real goofy.
Yeah.
Just some like technical.
Well, and you got overwhelming positives. So it sounds like you got a good treat dispenser camera.
I want to hear some more about this treat dispenser camera. All right, we got Ella plus Mila nail polish, mommy collection, lights out.
Like glow in the dark?
Then we got nail polish elite collection, naughty not nice. Then we got elite collection champagne pop. I want to hear about this lights out.
This is lights out, glow in the dark. That's what I want to know.
It is black. Lights out for a good night's sleep. This is for moms.
But what makes it like for moms more than like
I don't know
any other one?
It says mommy.
All right. Nail polish.
Mommy collection. Ella plus Mila launched their adorable polish line with a unique mommy and me set. One big mommy bottle and one small me bottle.
I got it.
Okay.
So you can get them in pairs. That's cute.
Does anyone know if this polish is thick? I need a black thick polish. Yes, this is definitely an opaque black nail polish. I recommend the base and top coats to make it last. I don't know what any of that means.
I don't know.
I don't have to deal with this stuff.
Yeah.
Does it have a strong smell like regular nail polishes? It does have an odor, but not as strong as other nail polishes, in my experience. Got a 1 star here.
94% positive, but we got one star.
I just saw it. Crappy brush. Mine came with a frayed brush. Therefore, my polish went in streaky.
Wow.
Get a new brush?
Yeah, that seems like a pretty, that's not a, I don't know. I guess I don't know anything about nail polish, but that seems like that's not really a 1 star thing. Like, it sounds like maybe you got one that had a bad brush. That's not really a review of the product. I don't know. I disagree.
Well, somebody bought the nail polishes.
Sweet. Thank you guys for buying stuff, as always.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Buying the stuff.
Buy your Mother's Day presents.
Buy your mom some nail polish.
And then get some for yourself. Apparently.
Phil, what's going on with the Brax book?
I have the files.
You've had the files.
I do have the files.
Okay.
Yeah. I got them to my house.
All right.
That's about it. I know. I haven't done anything this last week. This last week, lived and breathed.
You hadn't done it in the last week before that either.
We built the Roomscape the week before, and then we ran it last week.
So this week you're going to do the Brax book?
That's the plan. We'll see.
Well, we've also got some other stuff coming up. We got San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
July 19th to 20th. Man, that is coming up.
That is coming up.
The hotel apocalypse happened.
It came and went.
comic-con.org/CCI. I don't know why you would go there if you don't already have a ticket.
Maybe if you forget what date it is, but you already have the ticket.
Yeah.
You just want to look it up.
You need to look up your account information because we're so far past. It's all there. But we're going to be at Comic-Con. We don't know yet about the panels, but we should be hearing back relatively soon.
Yeah.
The deadline passed, so then at a certain point, probably next month,
it's good.
They might start telling us.
Comic-Con Palm Springs, we do know. We're going to have good stuff there.
We're going to be there. ComicConPalmSprings.com. Badges are available. As we talked about last week, Stan Lee.
Yeah.
It's going to be there. Stan Lee went to the Gene Simmons School of Retirement Tours,
right.
As I've said. And also, did you put in the thing?
I did put in the thing for Long
good.
Beach. Yes,
Good.
I did for both of them.
Okay.
Haven't heard yet.
September 2nd and 3rd. Well,
But
since they're still in the application
They're still,
period, I
yeah.
would
So
assume.
you know,
But also, that's like our home base.
Yeah.
So, I
but
think
yes, I did turn those in.
that's longbeachcomiccon.com. You can buy your tickets. LA Podfest, October 6th, 7th, and the 8th at the Biltmore. LAPodfest.com. It's going to be awesome. We were
Yeah.
just talking about. So excited.
It's gonna be good.
So excited.
Got your little recorder thing.
Got it all set up.
It's all gonna be
And
good.
we're going to bring our record for Marin. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to happen.
So we're
I'm
gonna
excited.
jump back to the
We're going
letters
to
now.
jump back to the letter.
Back to Mark.
Yes.
We'll get through some of his some good stuff here. Going back in time.
Man, so much.
He's
All
very
right.
thorough.
Very good and thorough. Episode 49. Oh, yeah, I'm also officiating a wedding next weekend.
Oh yeah. Wait, this coming weekend?
No, the next one.
next weekend. Okay.
So that's I'm got to prepare for that.
Yeah, should probably do that.
I got to get some pants.
Gotta get some pants.
Well, I don't have any like slacks.
Yeah, probably should wear pants.
Can't wear jeans.
I don't think so. I mean, it depends on the kind of wedding.
I think it's a fancy
You
wedding.
should definitely find out beforehand.
All right. Well, Andrew says he's going to try and record our podcast panel this weekend.
Sweet.
Put on the Ben Off feed.
Ooh, if you want to, tell us in the feed who is going to be there so we can tell people.
Oh, yeah.
We
didn't
don't know
he was
who's going to be
there.
at the podcast one.
Episode number 49. This is from Mark Kalmbach. Going through.
Going back to the history.
Favorite flavors of Ben and Jerry's are discussed. Oh, it's David and Cheryl.
Nice.
There you go.
Good lineup.
All right. Here's mine. Fish food. Runners up. Cookie dough and Chunky Monkey.
Cookie Dough's definitely one of the all-time greats.
I am a Chubby Hubby fan, but that's got peanut butter. I know you don't like.
Yeah.
But my number one is Cherry Garcia.
Cherry Garcia is great.
That's my number one.
I like those half-baked ones.
I also
personally.
like. I know we probably talked about
It's
this.
probably the same
The
exact
New
thing.
York Super Fudge, is like, oh my gosh,
Oh, the
there's so much
Colbert
chocolate.
one. Have you done the
Colbert one
one?
is great. Americone
Yes.
Dream.
Oh, because it's got bits of cone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really bad that I know so well all the flavors of Ben and Jerry's.
The best ice cream I've ever eaten at a Baskin Robbins was Bananas Foster. It was very delicious, but except for the one time I ate it in 2015, I've never seen it again. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Remember they used to have Bananas Foster in the cafeteria all the time?
That's
Gosh,
one of the
that's why I got
reasons.
So fat. We had real ice cream at like every meal.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Real ice cream and soft serve.
Yeah.
We could choose or
We
get
made
both.
like root beer floats.
Yep, every meal.
And then we'd have like a scoop of ice cream to take to go.
And then
every
sandwiches
single
and
time.
cereal.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was just talking. We were having John and I were having like a whole like just nostalgia about and just like the million ways we like stole food from the cafeteria and from the Eagle's Nest.
It was
Matt and all his pizzas.
Oh man. Well, those were we've talked
Paul
about that many
just bringing
times,
back
but yeah.
trays
Oh.
of food.
Oh, okay. Speaking of that, I got a funny text from Jeff Edwards today.
Yeah.
He said that at his business, like one of their clients brought in like 5 like giant like cafeteria sized trays of bread pudding, which I love bread pudding. And he's like, nobody here likes it. Like maybe 2 or 3 people tasted some. There's 4 of them just sitting here going to waste. I'm like, no. And he's like, he said, I'm thinking of like freezing them and mailing them to you or something, but like I don't know what we're gonna do with it. So they've got like 5 trays of bread pudding they're just gonna throw away. And they're like 6 hours away.
Bread pudding. We just had some awesome bread pudding somewhere.
No.
Oh man. Dude, you know where I almost went to? And then I went over to that Golden Corral.
Yeah.
There was like a line wrapped around the building. The parking lot I saw this, it's got a massive parking lot. It was completely full. And there's this line just wrapped around. And it was like 5 o'clock.
Well,
on like
excited for a new
it
Golden
was
Corral, apparently.
crazy. And I'm like, I gotta be at Lucha Vavoom in a couple hours. It looked like the line alone looked like it was at least a half hour, 45 minutes long just to get in there.
So you did not go.
Crazy. So I don't know when I'm gonna ever.
Really good?
It's definitely way better than Hometown Buffet from what I remember because they have like grilled to order sirloin steaks. You can just get as many of those as you want.
That sounds.
They have
good.
like a really good selection of food, and it's like because like Hometown Buffet is gross.
Yeah,
like, it's just always like it just feels like it's all been sitting there because I didn't go a bunch like when I was in Missouri, but I went a few times, and every time I remember being like, this is like the best buffet place I've been to.
It's really hard to convince Janelle to go to buffets, though.
I know.
She is like so anti-buffet.
Well, this place, the line is just so nuts.
Yeah.
And this parking, it's like this massive parking
lot. It used to be like where they do circuses and stuff. It's a huge property.
They have that whole thing, and it's just cars, and then a line wrapped around the building. Man. And it's so many old people.
Yeah, because that's at 5 o'clock. That's definitely
it was at 5 o'clock, and it was so crowded.
You went there at like 7:30. It'd probably be empty.
No, the whole hospitality. Because then I went over to Olive Garden, and that was like a 30-minute wait.
Yeah.
Man, Saturday in San Bernardino hospitality was like popping.
Oh, it's hopping, man.
Because they got all that stuff. I ended up going to freaking Panera Bread.
Ugh. Bread.
I don't understand because you're getting soup in a sandwich and then you get a side of bread.
A side of bread. Sandwich with the bread and the bread.
It's good. It's Panera Bread company. So here's what I did get mad because they're like, I would like bread. They're like, we're out. I'm like, you're out of bread at Panera Bread? They're like, oh, you can cut a slice off the sourdough. I'm like, yeah, you're going to freaking do that because it's Panera Bread and you can't be out of bread at Panera Bread.
It's the one thing you do. It's the only food you serve. It's bread.
I don't know. It was a weird day. I was feeling, I don't know. I felt really weird. I think it's because there's a long time in between the time I ate because I hadn't eaten all day. I don't know why. I was like, I'll just eat later. And then I got to the point where I went past the point where I should have eaten. And I started having weird. Yeah, I felt really weird. And to the point where I almost got sick. And I had some soup and I just almost got sick because I think my body's it's shock. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to remember to eat on the weekends.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna start out with lunch on our thing on Saturday.
Because I did not eat lunch last Saturday and it almost killed me.
Well, we won't kill you on Saturday.
I just was I'm about to go out. I don't have time to go. I don't know. I'm being real lazy.
Well, you can't be lazy on Saturday.
I know.
You'll be working hard.
All right. Where were we?
Banana
I've never seen it again, though they claimed it as one of the regular Baskin Robbins flavors. Never heard of that.
Nope.
I don't go in Baskin Robbins ever because that's death.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
So I don't do it. Haagen-Dazs sold a fantastic Bananas Foster ice cream a few years ago in the little pint tubs. Do you know those Haagen-Dazs tubs are not an actual pint?
No.
That's why the Ben & Jerry's an actual pint. Because you look at the Haagen-Dazs, it's not an actual pint.
Man.
But not since that I found. Update. Since I originally wrote these notes, we lost our Baskin Robbins. Huh. In its place, the business now sells Cascade Glacier brand ice cream.
Oh, wow.
I guess that's a Pacific Northwest thing.
I guess so. Sounds like it.
Never heard of it.
Cascades.
I think Disneyland snacks were mentioned here, but I'm not 100% positive.
Sounds likely.
Park snacks and food are mentioned in several previous episodes, though, so I suppose it will not be too out of place to mention them here. I have no memory of what I ate when my family visited in 1989. My food memory is surviving only from my 2000 trip, which is my second, and my 2005 trip, third and last, unfortunately. My favorite snack was easily the meat skewers at the Bengal Barbecue in Adventureland. Please tell me that place still exists. Oh, it is.
Yeah, it does.
And for us, it was a special because those are not cheap.
No, but they're so good.
Oh my gosh, they have a new thing there. I heard they have a new thing.
Oh, what's the new thing?
I just saw it on my Sage. It's it's a new it's like a Slurpee type drink. It's a new fruit.
The last time we went there, though, not only do they raise the prices again, but they don't include the onion with it anymore.
It's bogus.
Which is either
cheaping out.
Good and bad for me because when I eat those things, I just
really no onion.
Yeah, I know.
Too
I love
cheap
those
to
onions.
give you some onion. So I don't know if we talked about this in the episode you listening, Mark, but the only time I would really have Bengal barbecue was at the Christmas party when it was 50% off all food.
Yep.
And we would go to town, get get two of each skewer and a filled pretzel. Just take everything on them, just $15 to $20 worth of Bengal barbecue.
Yeah, that's because it's $15, $20 will get you two of them now.
Yeah,
they're so good.
Oh, gosh, it was so good. In 2000, I visited with an old high school friend of mine, and between the two of us, we probably consumed a dozen of them during our visit. In 2005, I purchased a chocolate-covered banana, which, though it unfortunately resembled a turd on a stick somewhat, was fairly darn decent. You never go wrong.
Yeah, there's always money in the banana stand.
But a little too frigid. It was harder than a rock. That is the problem with the frozen bananas.
But that makes them last a long time.
Yeah.
I would always eat the chocolate off.
That both my tongue and lips stuck to it like that kid's tongue in A Christmas Story. Forced me to walk around with it stuck in my mouth until such time as my saliva set me free. I could see that. The food at the Blue Bayou was excellent, but quite honestly, most food I have sampled at the parks has both Disneyland and DCA has been poor and sometimes positively gross. See, I never just got hamburgers at Disneyland.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain things that I guess are kind of more blah, but if you know what you're getting, like there's some excellent food at the parks.
Dude, you can never go wrong with the corn dogs.
Oh yeah, the corn dogs are great.
You can never go. I stay at chicken strips. Like at the Stage Door Cafe, like I miss those mozzarella sticks. They used to have, because now they're back to like the regular kind of plain. They used to have these fat mozzarella sticks that were like just like these giant sticks of cheese.
They look like next to the corn dog.
Yeah, dude.
Like giant,
Oh, and now they're just like, I got them last time we were there, and I'm like, oh, these are just regular cheese. They're still great.
Plus, you got the chicken fusilli over at the
Countdown Chicken Fusilli at the Buzz Lightyear is like the best thing. But over at California Adventure, they have that new it's like Mediterranean, and they have some really good stuff.
Plus bread bowls.
Yeah,
they got some great bread bowls.
I'm all about dude, a boudin.
Yeah,
get that bread bowl. Well, then on the DCA side, you get that clam chowder or that other chowder bread bowl, boudin bakery. But on the Disneyland side, can't go wrong. Gumbo.
Gumbo, yep.
Get that gumbo, baby.
Oh, there's still a lot.
There's plenty of good
There's
stuff.
a lot of good food, but you're right.
My dream meal is the mint julep and the chicken fusilli. That's Andrew.
Yeah.
It's great. I've heard, so everybody's talking about they have that temporary Beauty and the Beast place.
Right.
And they have the gray stuff.
And everyone says
like
that's really
the
good.
Mousse and like it's supposed to, it looks amazing. I want it. But I don't know, Disneyland. They got those like 3 days for $50 each day, but like that's $150.
Yeah, which is
a good deal.
Than anything else, but
like I still just like, man, if I'm gonna do that, then I'm like, might as well. I don't know. It's so expensive.
It is. When Star Wars Land opens, though, I'm probably
when they're gonna raise the prices. I'm probably gonna do like a weekend trip.
We're gonna have to do something like that because I have to see that.
Well, absolutely. But also, what are the lines going to
be insane?
Well, also because now, so I was reading a whole thing about how they've lost favor with the Anaheim City Council, and they're actively like preventing them because they want to do. They're gonna build this whole expanded parking lot,
right?
And then like the footbridge going over in Anaheim now is like, you're not doing that. And without the footbridge, that parking lot is pretty useless.
Yeah, because then they got to shuttle
people. But they need that parking lot before Star Wars Land opens, or they're going to be in like big trouble because already the parking situation in Anaheim is nuts. Like, as you said, WonderCon was just a nightmare.
Yeah, it was
like,
insane.
And I mean, that proved to me why Comic-Con is pretty safe in San Diego, because from what I heard, that parking situation was
they could not handle a Comic-Con level number of people at
especially in the summer, in July, when Disneyland is at its peak, because Disneyland wasn't even at its peak. When you're at peak Disneyland and Comic-Con level people, there's no way that they would be able to handle. Where would those cars go?
There is nowhere for them to go.
And also the hotel situation, I think, would also be.
We had to park 20 minutes away and take an Uber, and that was, again, like, just a regular old weekend. Like, there's no way. There's no way.
All right. Well, okay. Where are we at here? I've been told to try the mint. No, speaking of. Oh wait. Including, though, at least on like the hamburgers, the cookies at least look tasty. I like those big cookies.
I do too, but
because they were only $1.
I'll tell you, I would go for the Rice Krispie treats before I did a cookie.
The Rice Krispie treats are pretty.
Those are if you're getting a prepackaged sweet treat.
I've been told to try the mint julep drink, which I sampled at a self-service fountain in the French Market Buffeteria queue. That's gone now, unfortunately.
Is it really?
That's been gone, I think.
Oh.
The self-serve mint julep fountain.
Man, I mean,
they got rid of all those fountains, dude.
They caught on to us.
Because that was like a major scam.
Well, yeah, people would just go by it. But I mean, like, but they still have the mint julep.
They definitely don't have that fountain anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Because I remember that fountain. Because also that fountain was in a perfect place where I don't think you were supposed to get refills, but it was so easy.
I thought you were allowed to get. Well, we always got refills.
Dude, but I don't think you were supposed to come back. I remember coming back throughout the day at that fountain.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what the rules are. Maybe that's why they moved it.
The only place that's why Secret Nachos.
Yeah.
What the day that like somehow they like.
I'm
what
afraid.
well, because Universal has that thing where you have to scan your cup.
They have that at Florida.
And you can only scan it once, and then you can't get a refill. And so but like, I think they know. I think everybody involved in the Secret Nachos it's cool because it's Secret Nachos.
Man. Yeah, it's cool. Let's keep it cool.
If it was real cool though, they wouldn't have, because like the nachos have gotten way more expensive.
They have.
Remember when those nachos used to be like $7, and you got way more nachos?
Yeah, I do. Everything has gotten more expensive, but you know,
it's still the best place, I think, because it's like super air conditioned. Yeah. There's usually not a lot of people there, and you got that Coke Freestyle.
You got the refills, man. Yeah, now because it didn't used to be freestyle. It used to be just regular.
But even then, it was still fountain, which is not a thing. It's like when you find that like fountain drink, at a Disney park, like
it's not a lot.
All
right, what else does he say here?
All right.
He describes the...
He said, I thought it tastes as though I was assuming from refrigerated water somebody used to rinse their mouth of toothpaste. I think, man, I really like the mint julep.
I mean, it's not a drink I would have every day.
Very nasty, but to each their own, I guess.
It's not something I have every day, but it's kind of a cool, unique little treat. Yeah. I get that. If you're not into mint...
Well, that's like that icy mint Sprite. That's what it tastes like. It's like mint julep.
Yeah, but it's not something. Again, I wouldn't drink that all the time. It's a fun, like, one-time treat.
If anybody in Beijing, if we have any Beijing listeners, can find. I don't know if icy mint Sprite is still a thing.
Just send us some cool sodas. Either way,
at least you can get me some green apple Fanta or something.
Yeah.
Or that there's this weird Chinese peach soda I used to get all the time.
I like peach sodas.
They also had these gummy candies that I've only been able to get over there. Although they had them at the freaking market that Ish used to take me to. What was that place called? Mitsuya? Ketsuya? I don't know. In Irvine. It was this Japanese place. But they had these. There's these. I think they're Chinese, but they had them at every store in where I lived. And they're these fruit gummies. So there'd be like a peach and like a cherry, and they were like the best gummies I've ever had in my entire life. And you know me, I'm a gummy connoisseur.
Oh, I know.
But I don't know, man. I dream about those. And I don't think they were like candy. I think they were like fruit snacks, but they were like big and individually wrapped like a gummy thing. But I don't know. It was weird. Man. All right. Favorite white elephant gift I ever made. I bought a toy plastic elephant and spray painted it with white paint. I wrapped it in a box with a bag of Tootsie Pops. It was for a white elephant gift exchange at an employee Christmas party, but unfortunately the gift exchange was canceled and donations were made for orphans somewhere, but they didn't bother to inform me of this change, so I showed up with the gift and they all looked at me funny. A week or two later, I wound up giving the gift as a tip to the woman who cut my hair. I told them to ignore the elephant and just enjoy the candy. The cat letter from the Nintendo Power read during episode number 49 was epic. It was the cat that played Nintendo
video games, probably. Yeah, sounds about right.
All right, do we have time for another one?
Yeah, this is a short one.
All right, episode number 51. Elk and deer meat is quite good, especially deer, but I haven't eaten any since my dad, the hunter, died a few years back. Pheasant is good too.
Pheasant sounds pleasant.
I like elk and deer. Brendan's wrestling obsession is entertaining. When he said Mantar, that's a thing. The hunter. Wait, no, that's what I went back. Mantar the hunter. I thought he said Mantard.
If you think his wrestling obsession was strong back then, just wait till he gets going.
Brendo, please don't be that guy, the guy who brands everyone a hater who doesn't like the movie or TV show you do. I don't think I'm that guy.
Well, you must have said something.
But it does. I do think there's a huge amount. I think we both think that there's a huge amount of negativity in the world, and it's just so easy to trash everything.
Yeah.
But why waste your time doing that? I like to focus on the things that I like.
I agree.
And I think that there's too much just like, I hate that, like, if you post about something on Facebook, it's usually going to be 20 people telling you why it sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
What I don't like is that when it's just cool to not like something just for the sake of not liking it, without really like,
So,
evaluating its
I don't
merits.
think it makes me that guy, because I do encounter those people that like all criticism equals you're a hater,
Yeah.
and I don't agree with that either. But I also think that there's just too much negativity in the world, and I don't understand people that like spend a lot of time on things that they hate. Like me, I just move on, and I don't
Yeah.
spend
if you
my
really
time.
dislike it,
Yeah,
just don't
Yeah.
pay attention to it.
yeah.
You know
I'll never understand that.
You know how many times I've bothered to write about things that I don't like that I don't care about? None time.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Except we do talk about Star Wars.
Well, that's because it's something that I love that was tainted. That's all.
It's a little different.
It's different.
This couch cast has a nice energy to it.
Oh,
good
it's on
old
the couch.
Good old couch
Yeah,
cast.
that's right.
All the build up to the playing of Fireball Island for so many episodes, and then the link to the Fireball Island episode doesn't work on your site.
Oh no.
Well, I don't know what to tell you about that. I'll have to look into it. That's weird. I found the episode on YouTube, but sheesh, that old webcam was awful. It's the same webcam.
Is it? No, I think that one. Didn't I bring mine down one time?
Maybe.
I think I brought mine down.
Good
for
to
some
know
reason.
you have apparently upgraded since then.
Because remember, yours is like on your computer, and we needed it on the floor.
Yeah.
I think it might have been mine. I don't know.
Because I've always had this one.
Yeah.
All right, episode number 52. The first film I ever saw in a theater was reissue of Disney's Snow White. That first multi-plane shot blew me away. I know, because that was like what, like 86, 87?
Something like that. And I remember going to.
Well, it came back a couple times.
Yeah.
But I remember the first Disney movie that I saw, and this would have been around the same, because I can't, I'd have to look back, but I remember the two movies that I remember first, some of my earliest memories, period, and I've talked about this. One, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That would have been 83. But then the other is a reissue of The Rescuers.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that was also 83, maybe 84. Maybe 82, because I think I was 2 or 3. And so I don't know. But I remember that. Those are my two earliest movie-going memories. But I remember seeing several Disney reissues, like Snow White. I remember seeing Fantasia in the theater, because my dad was a total Disney nerd. I remember seeing Fox and the Hound, definitely, because that would have been a reissue, because that came out like in 79, 80.
Yeah.
But then I remember seeing that in the theater like 86, 87, because that was their thing. That was the whole Disney Vault thing. Before home video, that was how they made their money. That's how they made bank.
I'm trying to think. I know I saw Snow White, and I probably saw others, but that's the only one I remember for sure.
Yeah.
I know there was others, and I remember watching them on like Disney Channel.
And then I remember definitely seeing the new ones that came out. Like I remember seeing Great Mouse Detective in theaters. I remember Oliver and Company, like the pre-Little Mermaid stuff.
I think Great Mouse Detective gets a bum rap. I think that one's really good.
I agree too. Vincent Price.
But Little Mermaid definitely was a game changer.
But that was the game changer. But there was still a couple like that I think they had, like, because like for instance, Rescuers Down Under is freaking great.
Yeah,
but I think it gets
because
that came out after Little Mermaid, but that was probably definitely because Little Mermaid again like switched all the gears. But freaking, I love Rescuers Down Under. I've watched it. I had the Blu-ray when it holds up.
That was one of the movies that my little brother was obsessed with, that he would watch on loop. Because kids now have more options, but like when you had just a few tapes, he would watch that one over and over and over.
For me, it was Robin Hood.
And that opening scene, in fact, when you got like the camera panning across or like zooming, forward, like he would just repeat that scene over and over again sometimes, so that it got worn out on our VHS tape of it. Great movie.
Yeah. All right. I think, let's see.
Well, we got to do this, right?
Yeah, we got to do that. So let's do that.
So we'll close it there at episode 52. Pick up the rest.
55 is next.
It's good. We got quite a few episodes of Mark's musings there. Thank you again, Mark. Keep up the good work. I think we'll probably get through the rest of that.
Maybe.
We'll get through it at some point. That might take a couple episodes there.
All right. Well, you know what it's time for.
It's time.
It's Marmaduke time.
It is. All right, last episode is pretty great. Let's see what's going on here. I don't know. This one looks like it might be a phone-in one. All right, Marmaduke's sleeping on a bed, and Dot is frantically trying to make...
This looks like the same panel reused like 3 times.
Oh yeah, the drawing of Marmaduke is like
does not change.
She's struggling to
Also,
pull the
he's
blanket
small.
out. Yeah, he's asleep. He's calm.
He is.
If he gets worked up, that's when he grows. Because he's tinier. He's smaller than Dot.
Yeah.
He is sleeping there. Dot's trying to pull out the blanket. She can't. Now she's trying to like tuck the blanket around him. He's tossing and turning. She's still trying to make the bed. And then he like rolls away, but she's successfully making it underneath him.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, it's just a picture of her like sweating. And she says, just once. And then it shows him on the bed with the bed all made perfectly under him. And he's asleep. And she's walking away. I'd like to make this bed without him in it.
That's not a joke. That's nothing. That's just Marmaduke is a big dog. He's on the bed.
Marmaduke is a big dog.
There's nothing going on there.
I don't know.
But also, like, she doesn't get him to move. So again,
well, she can't.
Well, because
she can.
But he also has complete control over everything that they do.
Right. He makes her make the bed underneath her.
Yeah.
So that's true.
But it's still pretty.
That's not much of a joke there.
This Brad Anderson is.
Yeah.
He was golfing that week.
Yeah, I don't know. Marmaduke won't get out of bed. There you go. That's man. I almost feel like we should do another one.
They let him. That's like their bed.
Yeah.
Like, so Marmaduke is sleeping in. What if like that's Marmaduke's bed and Dot and Phil sleep on the floor?
They must, because he has this whole like doghouse. He doesn't need to be in this bed.
Yeah. He's got his TARDIS doghouse. That's just further how he shows his power.
Yeah, I will sleep in your bed when I want to.
I'm in your bed.
Now, this picture, when he rolls over here, he looks very human-like in that. Like his way his
that's
arms
like a
move
person.
and stuff.
Like I don't think dogs' hands and legs are like jointed like that.
It's totally like he's rolling over like a human. But then, like, he's downright small in this. Look at that. He fits in between those two pillows.
Yeah.
This is the same dog whose head stands above
again,
the roof.
This is
sometimes.
Probably his. Maybe this is where he stores all his energy.
He shrinks down when he's sleeping. I mean, that's the smallest I've ever seen him.
That's when he's vulnerable.
He could be like a schnauzer there or something.
Can take him out.
Yeah, but he's so powerful. He has this hold.
We know he has the mind control.
Yeah. So she can't stop.
They've all
look at her face. She looks like miserable all throughout. Like
they're slaves.
Yeah, she's being controlled by him.
Yeah, I guess.
Man, that's quite a Marmaduke there.
Well, on the book side, I guess we can just. I need to go through these real quick because I finished that Pictorial History of Wrestling book a long time ago, and it was funny because the way it basically portrayed wrestling is that up until the 60s, wrestling was completely real. You guys, did you know this?
No,
totally real.
Totally.
It was totally real on the level, and then for the big matches, it definitely keeps the kayfabe throughout the whole book. But then it does kind of be like, well, there's some shenanigans, but it never outright says. So this was still a period where they were definitely protecting the business,
right? Because
it was based on ticket sales were based on the idea that this was real, and so that I'm glad that Carney thing is like gone. Like a lot of people want to bring all that back. I'm like, no, that's basically based on this is a con and we're conning you.
Right.
Now we're all in on it and it's fun. Like why would you want to go back? I don't get it. Like everybody was flipping out this week that like they all went to Rome and there was like Roman Reigns was taking pictures with like the guy he's like actively fighting against.
Yeah.
And like some of the fans were like, how could they do that? And I'm like, you don't get mad when you see like two actors like that are other like
right.
Come on. Gosh, grow up, stupid. Not like when I'm in Rome, I'm gonna take pictures with my friends.
Well, they say when in Rome.
Yeah. But it was fun
do
seeing
what
all
Roman
the
Reigns does.
like I love that they are just like because like they're in Rome, they're taking pictures at the Coliseum. They're just like
you would too if you were in Rome.
It was pretty awesome. It was fun seeing all their pictures. And then Nakamura wrestled at this outdoor arena in Valencia, and like they showed a picture as like video of his ring entrance. It was pretty awesome. And man, and Spain.
Speaking of ring entrances, I've watched yours a few times.
Oh, dude, I forgot. Oh, yeah. So I want to give special thanks. I posted links in the Facebook group and the MBWS Facebook group because the Performance Center, even though they didn't have to do this, they were kind enough to send me a link to the full video of my entrance. And, like, it's so great, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's so great. Like, if like as Chuck pointed out, like if anybody asks you what the happiest moment of your life is, you could show them this.
See, I want to like edit together with your I'm the BrendoMan, and then you come out and do your thing.
But then just like when it's like as Sarah Shockey, I was talking to her about it, and she pointed out when they like just seeing his response to it, and you can also see how much fun all the wrestlers are having, and it's just so cool. And my favorite is when it pans to all the Chinese guys, and they are going crazy. Like, oh, dude, it's so fun. It's so fun, and I can't believe that happened. I can't believe that's a thing that I did.
Well, if you guys haven't seen it, it's in the group.
Yeah.
Radio BrendoMan group, so go check it out.
Oh, man.
Join our group.
A lot of people watched it.
Yeah.
And it got a good response. Got a real good response.
But in case people missed
it. Made a lot of people. Made me feel good that director Zach Knutson said it made his day. That's Zach Knutson, director of Milius and lots of other awesome things. But hey, we're running out of time here. Also, all the Anna Green Gables books, so good.
Join our book club. Link at the top of the page.
Yeah.
It's been really good.
All right. I think that's going to do it for this week. So be sure to go to radiobrendo.com. Check out all the stuff there. And we'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
After the great day of
next
whatever.
One you'll hear.
All right. We'll see. I'm gonna freak out.
You're gonna like it.
All right. Well, again, radiobrendo.com, benvnetwork.com, and for Radio BrendoMan, I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
Have a good one, everybody. And John Goobang do. That was less than an hour.
Woohoo! Oh yeah,
because we
probably started the timer. All right, you win the last two. Yeah.
Oh, 3 bags of M&Ms.
That's what I had left.
You have a whole Brendo bowl.
I know, but this is what the big ones that I had left from the big box.
You couldn't spread out the M&Ms more.
Well, I tried to. That's what they had the most of.
What's this one called?
This one is called Enter the Ring.
No.
This one is called.
What did we talk about?
Well, Mark stuff. We talked about a lot of things. That was an old one. We started with.
But I already deleted all of it.
Well, what do we see there?
Ecto Cooler.
Yeah. Then we did all of the. Oh, you talked about your the wrestling, like when you went out to Riverside a little bit. Talked about Golden Corral.
Okay.
Golden Corral. I don't know. Enter the Corral.
I'll figure it out.
I don't know. I don't have a good one for this one. Nothing like P-Table.
I'll figure it out.
All right. Something good.
I usually when I just listen, and the first thing that it's like the first thing that pops up that sounds good as soon as I start it.
That's good. That's good.
Even if it's like a total non sequitur.
That's good. Then it's fun. Sometimes it's fun to like listen and see like where did they get the name from.
I don't think anybody does that.
Some people might.
I don't think so.
I'm so excited that we have someone in Nova Scotia that's gonna send us pictures of Prince Edward Island. So rad.
I want to go there, but I also want to go to Japan.
Yeah,
and it's like seriously like the same price.
It is.
Why is it so expensive to go there?
Because it's a remote island.
Yeah. But even like flying in somewhere else and then driving, and then the hotels there are really expensive.
Yeah,
and to do all the Anna Green Gables stuff, which I would have to do, it's not cheap.
Nope.
Because they know what everybody wants.
One of the ways that we've looked at is there are some cruises that do a stop there.
The thing my grandparents did costs a fortune.
Yeah. If you can get those cruises at a decent price, though, it's not so bad, and you'd get a day there basically.
Yeah, but then you're not going for the full experience, and like it sounds like you want to be there for that festival because that really festival is like the big thing.
Yeah.
Like, and that's when my grandparents went and they did the whole train tour of the whole place. They stayed like, oh my gosh, dude. Like I think they stayed at like all the like they went to a bunch of the different places. They went to all the places from the book. Like they stayed at White Sands.
Yeah.
Like then they went all around and went to like the harbor. They went to all the different places. I remember seeing a picture because somebody, I don't know if it's like somebody made, it's got to be like they made, because there's like, what is it, Polly's place or Sarah's place from the where she stayed, where they live when they're in college. That place.
Yeah.
Like that's a real place you could go to.
Yeah. Well,
and Spook Lane is a real street. Like it's all real.
Oh, I want to go there. I want to go to see the shore.
No.
Those shots of them like in the movie, like when they're standing by the beach and stuff, I'm like, that's
so
like the most, because they got the like cliffs that go down into the sea.
Oh.
Or I like the kid that talks about like the rock people. What's his name? Her favorite student kid. Irving.
What's my last name? Irving.
Yeah.
Dude, when his dad marries Miss Lavender and
I know. It's
and Echo Lodge. Echo Lodge is a real place.
You should go there. I would like to.
And Green Gables is a real place.
One of these days, we need to. I know, like that's one of Janelle's dream ones, like for sure.
I can't believe you guys haven't done it yet. With as much as you guys,
it's just not. There's no like cheap way.
No, I've been looking into it.
Unless you like are over there already. Yeah. Like if you live in Nova Scotia, I can imagine it wouldn't be so bad. But it's not like a cheap place to go from California anyway. No. So, someday.
Well, I'm tracking. There's an outside chance that the Tokyo trip could happen this year.
Really?
Outside chance.
All right.
Probably next year, but outside chance this year.
But Avonlea will have to be later.
I gotta go to Tokyo.
Yeah. Gotta go to Tokyo.
Well, just looking at stuff on the theme parks today.
Yeah.
Like Disney Sea.
Oh, look real quick at Gardaland. Garda. It's on this lake, and I was already going to go to the lake because there's this like submerged castle.
Gardaland, one word?
Yeah, one word. Official website. So it's got like roller coasters and stuff.
This looks awesome.
But like, look at their main. Let's see, where would you find like their big? They have like a tree. Like, what do you call the things? Like the castle or the tree of life.
You know what Walt called them?
Yeah, what were they?
Weenies.
Weenies, that's right. But they have another name for it now.
Oh, landmarks.
Well, anyway, they have their weenie, which is like this big crazy tree. Look at the site's kind of wonky. You click on where it says rides, and I
did that.
Oh, that's where you did.
Shaman. It has its own website.
Gardaland.
Oh, this is like a virtual reality roller coaster.
The funny part is, I don't know if it is now.
Kung Fu Panda Academy.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda. That's the licensed one. Like, so random. Why is the picture not? It's weird.
It's because it uses Flash. No, it doesn't. I don't know what their site's doing.
Well, you can see glimpses, but that's kind of defeats the purpose if you can't. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to make it to this one.
Mammoth.
But it does look really cool.
Fuga de Atlantide, Jungle Rapids.
Colorado boat. That one's great. That's just like a log ride kind of thing, but
Baby
it's Colorado.
Pelota. E Corsari. Ramses 2. Risveglio.
Oh, Oblivion the Black Hole looks really cool too. And Space Vertigo. Dude,
you gotta go to as many theme parks as you can. Look at this.
Yeah.
That looks nuts. Oh, dude, look at that. You're like facing down and it like goes like, dude, that looks crazy.
Yeah.
That looks pretty scary.
That one looks great. There's some good ones. I want you to see the tree though. Like,
what tree?
Try clicking where it says fantasy. So if you go on rides, see for Little Dreamers, can you just click that? Because I think that maybe takes you to like I want you to see like their big like tree in the middle of the park. It looks nuts. Oh yeah, this is it right here. This is this big giant tree thing in the middle of the park. It went away. I just thought it was funny that they had just Kung Fu Panda.
Gotta go.
Their site's pretty wonky there. Oh, see the little guys? They got some, and their mascot is like this dragon guy.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Looks cool.
It's like the Jungle Cruise with like a river rapids.
Yeah. See that big old tree thing? Like a little video. I don't know about that.
No, this
It's
website's
definitely not
kinda
like
wonky.
working on.
I'm gonna look on YouTube.
Anyway, it
Are you
looks
guys
cool.
going to record another? No, we're done.
Yeah, we're done for the night. We're just goofing off now. Thanks for hanging out in the chat.
Oh no. Oh.
Huh?
This Australia Movie World Park looks insane.
Huh.
There's like these movie world parks. That's the one that has like the Gremlins ride and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And there's this one that has a Gremlins ride that lets out into a police academy show.
That's awesome.
And it's Gremlins. One park, it's like Gremlins with Beetlejuice. And another park, it's Gremlins with Alf.
What? Why is it just all mashed up?
It's really crazy.
Dude.
One of them it's gone, but there's another one that it's still there. And these Gremlins rides look like insane. Oh, there's a Prince Devitt documentary. Man, so much stuff.
Well, the reason that I'm not sure is that it's like we're driving by it on our way out of Italy. People try to fade me.
Where my laser's at. My laser's at. Sorry, I love this. It's so like I love the cheat
Oh,
videos.
it's so great.
Dude, how has Derek not gone there yet? He's the one that told me about it. I'm sure he would love to. He's watched the videos a million times.
Australia is another place that's not cheap to go to.
Nope. Me under my cell phone. Cell phone. Cozy's got money, but not much. So old school. They tore the school. My laser's at. Where my laser's at. Laser dad. Laser dad. I used to know this whole thing. We were just in college, my friends, we would just be singing and people would be like, what?
Yeah.
This was like the super like nerd meme thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, okay. What were we looking at?
Gardaland. Gardaland. Their main complete tour. Jeez.
17 minutes. Well, let's see a blue. Let's just look at.
Yeah, just like click through it a little bit.
Man, look at that. Does that looks like that looks familiar?
Oh yeah, totally.
I can't believe you're going to Italy and Europe and Denmark.
Yeah, Spain. We just finished booking all of our hotels.
Are you going to? Where are you going in Spain?
We're staying in Madrid for a night.
Oh, dude.
And I think Barcelona is where we hit on our cruise, if I remember correctly. Well, see, that dragon guy that's their mascot.
This guy?
Yeah. Oh, and he has a funny name, too. I can't remember what it is.
There's such a weird combination of, like, awesome-looking stuff and then really cheap-looking stuff. Like, that shuttle looked cheap as all, like, super jank.
Yeah, but then they've got, like, super big roller coasters.
Where in Italy is this?
It's in northern Italy. It's between, like, Venice and Milan. It's on Lake Garda. And that's why I found it, as I was looking up, because we're going to
Is this like when you guys are, like, going to be driving around Italy?
Yeah, but it's, like, on our last night in Italy, so... Our second and last night in Italy is in Venice, and then we drive to Milan and fly out from Milan, and it's like halfway in between.
Oh, look, you go under a train track.
Yeah. Sounds familiar, right? I mean, we were definitely going to be going to Legoland and Tivoli Gardens, because we already got...
I'm so jealous about the Tivoli Gardens.
Yeah. I want you to see that big tree. Looks like they're like... tidal wave.
Still looks cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you get wet.
Mammoth.
Mammoth.
Is that like mammoth? It's probably like mammoth, huh?
I don't know.
Like
You're the
Old
one.
West
You're the
town?
Italian guy.
I think that's what it means.
That looked like Thunder Mountain.
Yeah. Buffalo Ranch.
Pollo.
Yeah,
Chicken.
Yeah. That's right.
There's enough holdovers in Spanish.
There's enough that you can figure it out. Yeah. Now I don't know. Like speaking it, I have a feeling is not. Well, there's their log ride. That's their Colorado boat. Oh, and they have like a
Alien Nation. What?
They have a
Raptor.
They have a
Kebab.
pirate ride, like a Pirates of the Caribbean kind of ride.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's totally.
Let's see, look at this black hole video. Oh, is that the Bucanero? That's a Corsair.
Oh, no, that's not it.
Corsair, right?
Maybe.
Because that one's like Corsair. Cool lime.
Yeah.
Doesn't look crowded.
No, I mean, who knows if that's like.
Point of no return. Are you prepared?
The place looks cool.
Dude, look at that. Look at that. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. You're like looking
Like, hold
straight
me there.
down.
But then, like,
The cars like shift.
yeah,
That looks pretty nuts.
it does. It looks rad.
There's like no car really. You're basically in
you're
your
just,
seat.
like, in a little seat. You go underground. That's like Goliath kind of. And then, like, I like that it does that like drop thing.
Whoa, dude, that looks sick. You guys are in good roller coaster shape.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually go on them.
You got on. You say you had some problems on Manta?
No, I actually was able to do it, but I just had a tip because there's one side of it has got a wider berth than the other. So if you're on the border, the one side is easier than the other.
I think it's this Corsari.
Maybe it is.
Look at that. That
Yeah.
looks crazy.
Yeah, this is the pirate one. Yeah, see? Pirate ship.
What is this?
2004.
La più belle immagini magiche. That's like a giant
There's
gorilla.
the magic house. Look at that.
Oh, you gotta go to this.
Place looks rad, right?
I don't think your kids are gonna be able to handle most of these rides.
Well, they've got a lot of kid stuff too, though. Like we're looking at all the big rides.
Yeah, but you're gonna want to go on these big rides.
Well, pirate one. Look at this thing.
Oh no, this looks scary.
Look at this. It's like a Haunted Mansion pirate ride. Even the music sounds like Haunted Mansion, kind of.
This looks awesome. You have to do this. I want to see what this gorilla thing is. Oh, this is like the biggest Pirates of the
It's
Caribbean
totally
ripoff
Pirates, yeah.
ever. Oh, there's like a crocodile.
Like a treasure chest on the beach.
Oh, dude, you gotta go to this. Is it expensive?
I don't know. I haven't like done the translation yet to figure it out.
Are they in euros in Italy?
They are in euros. They have lira, but I think they just go with euros now. I think everyone takes euros.
Everything in the EU.
Yeah. As long as that holds together long enough for us to go.
Well, except in England, I think they're still on pounds.
Yeah.
They're not, and they're leaving. the
Yeah.
EU. But even before they were leaving, they were.
Well, before this French election, oh look, so you got like a guy peeking out of his cabin even, or is that a girl?
They're not moving.
Well, that box moved.
Yeah.
The cannons.
It's like kind of like a cheesy
It is,
version.
but there's a lot of like elements that are familiar.
If there's
I
a
love it.
prison with a guy. Oh, Oh, there's a guy. Dude, those animatronics are jank.
Oh, dude. Oh, there's a guy in a barrel. Oh no, that's just a parrot in a barrel.
Bird on a barrel.
There's a lot of it's like a remix.
There's a guy pulling a pig.
Yeah, I mean, look at this town. Looks just like the town.
Oh, these are this is you have to do this.
Great, right?
And it's like 8 minutes long. Dude, look at that
Look at that
dragon. Dude, this is awesome. Come
I don't
on.
understand what that is.
It's like a man dragon. Just dragon man.
What's that to do with the pirates?
It's a trogdor. It's a sea monster. It's a kraken. That'll give your kids
Oh, dude,
nightmares.
seriously.
It's just screaming at you. But
Oh,
then
is this like? Then it's like.
it's like Thunder Mountain.
Or I was gonna say.
That's
look
a
at that.
total.
That's
It's got a sword stuck in it. Matterhorn almost.
well, that one part I was gonna say looks like Mr. Toad's, like almost like a hell scene.
This is so weird.
Look at the cannons firing.
Cannons. Oh, there's the ship.
That's exactly.
That's exactly pirates. It's just kind of
It's like a remix.
It's like reverse.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're underwater. There's an underwater part. Oh, dude, you gotta go. You gotta go just to go on
It's
this
like
ride.
an 8-minute long thing.
That ride looks
What
nuts.
about the magic house? Oh, you're going to
Dude,
the gorilla?
I gotta look at the gorilla thing. Look at this.
So this is from 2004, so who knows if it's still there. Oh, do you see the big tree thing? That's the thing. It looks nuts.
Is that what this is? You walk
Yeah, I think
through
you
it?
walk through it, and there's like this little... That's the guy. What's his name?
Oh, this is like a whole thing. Where's the
Oh,
giant
there it is.
gorilla?
Right there in the middle. Like right after this. It opened in 1975.
Kung Fu Panda Chi School.
Yeah.
It's like the Star Wars thing.
Land of
Something-
Adventure. Oh, it's the water ride one.
Dude, this looks awesome. You go in a volcano. Dude, this looks like the coolest water rapiid
Yeah.
ride ever.
Does it go by the King Kong thing?
Well, we're gonna find out.
It kind of looks like Kali River Rapids a little bit too.
Yeah, but with a freaking giant King Kong thing. Where was
Well, that
that?
guy was just like standing up and moving around in the boat.
Where was that?
I think it was just a little shot at the beginning. Wonder if it's not even a thing.
No, I definitely saw it.
Oh, there it is. What is that?
This is a different ride.
Yeah.
I think this is this Ramses 2 Tungi.
Tungi. Oh, this is like their jungle cruise.
Look at this.
They have a jungle cruise.
Yeah, but this looks pretty nutsos. Oh yeah, it's just a gorilla.
Huh?
So it's a jungle
That's
cruise.
the same model as the elephant even.
Let's see what this is. This looks nuts.
Why is it lasers if it's Ramses? That's confusing.
Oh, you're shooting stuff.
Yeah, it's like a...
Oh, dude, you gotta go to this park. This
It looks amazing, right?
bonkers. You're like in a pyramid with lasers shooting
Yeah.
like freaking.
Like
What
mummies and
is
stuff?
this?
I don't know. Do the magic house. Gardaland.
Glad we
Oh,
finished.
is that the in the big tree? I don't know. This place is trippy. What the heck
Whoa,
is that?
it's like a giant.
Like looking down in a hole at you, right?
Your kids will be freaking out so much.
What the heck? Tacoma's Madhouse ride.
Two pre-shows, one main show.
Oh, Prezzamolo. That's the guy. That's the dragon. It's Prezzamolo.
Oh, it's like a show.
Yeah. That's Prezzamolo.
It's like this weird show.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's like a haunted house, or what do you call those? Like a fun house kind of thing. But they're like on a
Oh, you're definitely on a thing.
right?
And it's like spinning around.
Whoa.
Oh, that looks nuts. Okay, you have to go to this theme
amazing,
park.
right? Prezzamolo.
If you're gonna be going by this anyways,
It's just on a travel day, so it's tough. But I mean, I really want to go.
come on, dude. Look up these videos. You're telling me you don't want to do this?
I know, I definitely want to. That's why I was showing it to you.
Make
This
it
place looks
work.
Crazy. I haven't looked at all of these. I haven't seen this before.
This looks crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, just this Corsari.
Yeah. With the giant dragon face guy. But okay, so real quick. Oh, there's Prezzamolo Land. Oh, they have like a water park too, huh?
Prezzamolo. Oh, dude, come on. Your kids are going to love this.
Okay, so real quick, just do an image search for Lake Garda Castle, and you'll see why I was actually looking before I knew there was even a thing, an amusement park there. So the amusement park is somewhere along the shore
Whoa.
of this, but that's what I wanted to see. And it's actually, it looks like it's sunken, but it's actually built as like a thing to keep ships out, and they would, they would come into their little harbor thing. So
Dude.
I just wanted to visit that.
Hey, you got to go to this. But come on, dude.
Look at that. That's amazing.
Oh, gosh, you're going to have like the best trip ever. You're not going to want to come home.
I know.
What if you guys just moved to Italy?
Huh? Just hang out there. Still don't know Italian.
I'm sure
That's
you
the
got
only
some fancy Vecchio castle.
There are a lot of Vecchio places. I'm just worried, like, 'cause all these places we're booking and they see our name Vecchio, they're going to be like, oh, okay. They speak Italian. But you can see, like, so this is the stuff I was like, oh, I got to go to there. We're driving right by it. But then apparently on the other side of the lake is this. The Rocky Mountains, Shaman's Hut. Oh, this is the virtual reality one.
It's like what they did at Revolution, but it actually looks like it might be cool.
They did this to Revolution?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
No.
You wear a virtual reality thing now.
Do you have to?
Yeah.
What if you want to just go on it like it used to be?
No.
Oh.
now they have Twisted Colossus, which everyone says is like the best roller coaster ever made.
I heard it's cool, but it's just not.
Look at that. That looks kind of crazy.
Yeah, that looks cool. The mysterious
shaman. It's just so weird because it's foreign.
Yeah. The tribes of the Rocky Mountains.
The spirits of Native Americans.
This roller coaster will never be the same with virtual reality. Yeah. Place looks nuts. But I mean, this is there too.
I want to show you this because it's bonkers. There's two different ones. There's the Gold Coast one, and there's like another one. So yeah, like you're in a movie theater, and then the Gremlins take over. And then this is the Beetlejuice is on there, and they're like taking over.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and there's all these scenes of like the Gremlins, like just like it's a Gremlins ride.
That's
it's
amazing.
A freaking Gremlins ride. And then I don't know if this is the one where at the end it's like a police academy. Yeah, at the end you go right into police academy. And then there's like a police academy stunt show. Yeah, it's Beetlejuice, Gremlins, and Police Academy.
Does it have Michael Winslow in it?
I don't know, but then there's at the other one that is it's Alf, and it's Alf and Gremlins.
So weird.
But this movie world in Australia, they have a Looney Tunes river ride. They have all these other crazy rides. This was like a whole day on YouTube. If you ever want to like, because then they have this DC Comics ride.
That's cool.
They have like some crazy rides. But yeah, if you ever want to lose like a day of your life,
I see you've watched quite a few.
They have this Batman Adventure ride that they used to have at Movie World in Germany. It was like they filmed a lot of the stuff during like Batman Returns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Then I went through. There's all these crazy. I mean, look at this. You just spend all day, all these crazy. Oh yeah, here's the Alf one, dude. There's so many crazy theme parks.
Well, you can see why I wanted to do Gardaland. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if we can.
Dude, when you travel, like that's what's going to weird foreign theme parks.
Well, we're doing a lot of it. It's just, can we get to all of it?
I just want to show you this like Universal Space Fantasy. It's like a roller coaster, but it's like really weird. Like this is what they're. Also, apparently, Universal Osaka gets extremely crowded.
Huh.
Yeah, dude, it's super
Is it like
Japanese.
based on a thing?
I don't know. I don't think
Space
so.
Fantasy, the ride.
I don't know. Some weird Japanese thing.
Just wonder if there's like a show or something they have.
Here, I don't see the on ride. So it's like a roller coaster. It just looks so weird.
Huh. I mean,
but they have the Jaws ride. And that's what I wanted. I have to do that Jaws ride. If I have to go to Osaka to do that Jaws ride. So it's like Space Mountain.
But
So it's like a Space Mountain ripoff, but it's It's really weird.
Yeah, this part. I mean, this looks like we're at Space Mountain.
I mean, it's pretty much at Space Mountain, but the whole queue.
Yeah.
It's really weird. So yeah, I guess this is just kind of Space Mountain. Just like a real cheesy Space Mountain. But I don't think it's based on anything.
Huh. Legoland Japan. The Legoland in Denmark looks pretty cool. So we get to go to that for free, as well as the Tivoli Gardens.
Oh, because of your hookups?
Janelle got.
You got a hookup at Legoland?
Yeah. Janelle got free.
Yeah, dude. So Universal Osaka has the Peanuts license, so they have Peanut stuff. They have Sesame Street.
That's cool. Oh my gosh, are you up to date on Last Man on Earth?
I didn't watch the newest one. The last one I watched was when they skipped 3 months.
Okay, that one was great.
Yeah.
You have to.
When Jasper's just like talking, and you're like, wait, what?
And so the last 3 months have been the most interesting in our entire existence.
We don't need to talk about it.
We were all there.
It's pretty great.
Also, like the wedding, like Todd at the
gosh.
wedding was unbelievable.
Look at his hat. There's a Snoopy ride.
Huh.
Well, anyways, 85 minutes. Yeah, it gets real crowded.
For the Snoopy ride. I think we're still on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to.
All right. Well, good night, YouTube. Steve, what's up?
What's up, Steve?
We were just watching. We just watched theme park videos for like an hour. So that's what happened.
Glad you're here.
Now we're wrapping up.
Now we're going.
I think Andrew's still playing his Switch. How was NXT? NXT was great. Drew Galloway was there. It was one of Ty Dillinger's last matches in NXT. He wrestled Bobby Roode. It was awesome. Who else was there? It was cool. Ruby Riott wrestled this new girl that had like this really long ponytail, and she used her ponytail as a weapon.
No.
She like whipped her with it.
What's that?
It was like a super long like.
What was that
ponytail.
game on Nintendo? Kabuki?
Kid Nikki? No. I think it was Kabuki.
Warriors.
Kabuki Warrior.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she seriously like whipped her with her ponytail.
Yeah.
It was kind of awesome. And it made like a very unique sound. Huh. It was like, oh, that's like it made it hurt.
Weird.
It was pretty cool. And then, yeah, it was a fun show. Lucha Vavoom was awesome because it was just this cool mix of like crazy. Oh, nice. Who? Which new signing? Ashley Snow. I've heard of her. Sounds familiar. I probably met her at the Performance Center. They've got so many girls there now because they're having this women's tournament this summer, and then they also are just trying to beef up their women's division.
Nice.
But yeah, tatted up blonde. I definitely remember her. There's a lot of cool. Yeah, NXT was fun. I was up in the balcony again, but it was fun. But Lucha Vavoom was crazy because I was in the front row. They're like, "Oh yeah, ringside. You can sit wherever you want, ringside." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna sit right here." But man, I do not envy. There are a ton of drunk, like, because there was way more drunk people at Lucha Vavoom than a normal wrestling show, because it's not the normal wrestling crowd.
Right.
This was like party people, kind of.
Okay.
And like those security, because like normal wrestling fans know, like, if the action's coming your way when you're sitting in front, get out of the way. But these are like people that are drunk out of their mind.
Right.
So they're just like, ah! And I'm like, this dude is gonna land on you. And like they ended up having to kick a dude out because he was not. They're like, you're gonna get hurt, because like they had to shove him out of the way. Because I told them, like, they're gonna. He's like, no, this is a show. This is fake. And I'm like, you're about to find out how fake it is. It was just like, blah. Like, so I'm like, I would not want to be. It's because you're just having to like shove drunk people out of the way so they don't get killed. Because at a normal wrestling show, wrestling fans know what to do.
Right.
But like these were not normal wrestling fans. But it was really fun, and I knew most of the because it was like lucha guys,
Right.
and there was 3 guys from Lucha Underground,
That's cool.
and then some other luchadors some that I'd seen in that Lucha Mexico documentary, and Leva Bates, who I saw wrestle a bunch in Orlando, and then they had some minis, and I love minis.
That's cool.
It made me remember the times in WWF, back in the WWF days, where they used to have miniature versions of some of the wrestlers. They had like a mini Mankind and a mini Vader, and like a mini Undertaker, but that was a very brief.
Yeah.
But minis are a very big part of Lucha, and this one they had a mini mime, and then it was Piñanita, and it was just a piñata, but when he came to the ring, he was throwing out candy like a piñata. It was awesome. But it was seriously like a dude in a piñata costume. And then the little mime, and then the mini mime guy was a bad guy, and he was just like, he did a lot of real funny things. Like he had like he like drew a door, and then he was fighting a lady, and then she like ran into it. Fell backwards, and then he opened it and walked through and then punched her, and then he mimed like a bat, and he just like started swinging everybody with it, and then somebody else took the bat from him, and they just did a lot of real funny mime stuff. And they had this whole procession, like they came to the venue in a bunch of like cool like lowriders and other like old cars. It was a whole car show, but each wrestler was in their own car. It was awesome. And Chucky. Oh, they had Chucky, like a Chucky. I think I've seen the wrestling Chucky. But this piñata dude was hilarious. He was seriously a wrestling piñata, and he threw out candy. It's pretty great.
It's funny stuff.
And they had like a bunch of different dancing acts. And
that was at Riverside also?
Yeah. They normally do it in LA. They do it at the Mayan Theater. It's like a long-standing thing, but this is their first time out here, and it seemed like it was pretty well attended.
Maybe they'll do it again.
I hope so. The comedians were funny. It was
cool.
This Blaine dude and this other guy who I'd seen before do other stuff. I forgot what his name was, but they rotate the comedians, so it wasn't Jeff Davis because he's always one of the regular announcer guys. But a couple months ago, one of the last ones, it was Jeff Davis did it with Dan Harmon. I would have loved it because they do like commentary, but it's like joke. It's so funny because they just it'd be like, our sponsor today is like fake sponsors and like just funny, like like when SNL does the sports commentators. It's kind of like that type of stuff. And it's really funny. I forgot who the other guy's name was. Cassandra was not there. I was super bummed because I'm a huge fan of Cassandra. Cassandra, also known as Pimpinella Escarlata.
Ooh, Scarlet Pimpernel.
And she's an exotico.
What does that mean?
Means she is a he.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of it's a big thing in Mexican wrestling is to have the exoticos. Oh, that's his partner? They look exactly alike. Cassandra looks exactly alike. I thought it was the same person. Well, there you go.
Story straight there.
They look exactly the same. I thought they were the same person. Pimpy is taller. Okay. I thought they were the same person. Well, an exotico, nonetheless.
All right.
But
I'm exotico-y, ready to
I gotta go to bed.
Go to bed, yo.
All right, Steve. It's good talking to you.
Hanging out though.
Have a good one.
Later, YouTube.
Later, everybody. And see you guys later.